one.
What?
Butts?
What?
I mean,
But hello! Every time, you guys. So confusing. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Uncommon Trust Presents. Ooh, this is our third and... Are you okay?
Oh my god.
I think I broke me, Dave. This is our third and final session of Hillfolk.
This might be
Or
just drink coffee.
Hillfeels, is that what we were calling it?
That was definitely what we were calling it.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you all so much for tuning into this. For those of you just tuning in, first off, if you're watching it on VOD, we have a Session 0, a Session 1, and a Session 2 all on the YouTubes and on the Twitch VODs that you can check out.
Watch the Session 0. It's really good. It's how Session 0 should be played. It's an excellent template that you can use for many game systems, not just this one, and it is beautifully administered by Ash Minnick. I apologize for the interruption. Please continue.
That's okay. That doesn't make me feel uncomfortable at all.
I support this 100%.
I plus yes.
Yeah.
There is a new bingo card. Yay! For those of you who are just tuning into the live and don't know what's going on, we'll just tell you real quick. So we're playing Hillfolk, which is it's the drama system created by Robin D. Laws and published by Pelgrane Press. Woo! Yeah. Pelgrane Press. It is very much an improvisational sort of narrative game in which I am not the GM as in a game master, I am the GM as in a game moderator, and my beautiful players build the story together. They built their characters together, they built their relationships together, they built the setting together, and we're going to finish this journey together. It's totally made up, and I didn't make it up, and so I'm really excited to see how it goes. But before we get into that, we're going to talk about us, the Uncommon Trust, or as we like to say, Alejandra and the Uncommon Trust.
I'm telling you, we're the pips to your Gladys Knight.
So we have a bunch of thank yous, and we'll start. But first, I want the cast to introduce themselves so you know who these beautiful people are. Besides, because I think it's just their character names. So what are y'all's IRL names?
I don't understand the question, but I'm often referred to as Sam DeLev. You can find me on Twitter at Tchaikovsky, ChaikovSky. I am perhaps best known from my work on Geek and Sundry, including our Doctor Who RPG, our Shield of Tomorrow, a Star Trek RPG, and right now our cyberpunk superhero RPG, Callisto 6.
I'm Alquin Gersh, different underscore elves on the Twitter and the Twitch. Geez, I lost track of. We're not talking about our characters now, we're just talking about us. You might know me from some other Geek and Sundry stuff, like We're Alive Frontier. I also have my own Twitch channel where I'm running Curse of Strahd right now, and I'll have some other interesting new shows coming on that this year, so...
Hi, I'm Alejandra Cejudo. You can find me on Twitter at Alejandra Wins, on Instagram at Empress Alejandra. I've been on a few episodes of Game the Game, Geek and Sundry, and on the last season of Escape the Night 3, the Killer Clown Leader. So, hi.
You said it so sweetly.
Hi, I'm Poisel. I play games all over the internet, currently over at Encounter Roleplay on Saturdays in Unrestful Hearts in the Garden of Glory, and something coming up soon on Goblin Cavalcade on Wednesdays, Starfinder game, and playing all the time with the Uncommon Trust in all the places, and you can occasionally see me over on Game the Game with some of these amazing folks over at Geek and Sundry playing awesome board games.
B. Dave Walters. I am at B. Dave Walters on all the things. I am currently surviving the apocalypse. So far, so good with Alquin Gersh.
We try.
On We're Alive Frontier. Also, on Friday nights, do a little show called Vampire the Masquerade LA by Night.
Just a little show.
It's a little thing. I mean, like, whatever.
It's a small thing.
Yeah, it's a community theater. It's like, it's a passion project.
Yeah.
My name is Ash Minnick. I'm Astronaut44 on Instagram, Moonclad_Ash on Twitter. Generally on the internet, I just ride on everybody's coattails on LA by Night occasionally. Doing Game the Game behind the scenes, and occasionally hang out with these lovely people on various things. I'm not jumping. I'm adding a link to the Discord in the chat. If you guys are not on our Discord, you should hop on it. Fun things happen there all the time, and the community there is amazing. I'm constantly surprised by the love and support of all of our folks on our Discord for each other. Not even related to like our games. It's just like there's like channels that are like, how are you doing today? And there's like a guidance counselors channel that's just like, you know. But anyway, so check it out. A lot of fun people there. Yes, Void merch is awesome. It's Kraken Dice is amazing.
Yes.
D&D Beyond is beyond awesome.
Pelgrane
World
Press.
Anvil.
Pelgrane Press is
Never fails
awesome.
to impress.
Yeah.
Pelgrane Press is the
Pelgrane
best.
Press, World Anvil, Noble Dwarf. Did we say Noble Dwarf?
No, we didn't. Hi, Noble Dwarf. Yeah, no, Noble Dwarf is awesome. Obviously, this is me doing a Pelgrane Press dance.
That is the Pelgrane Press.
And,
Yeah.
and World Anvil.
World Anvil, yes. And as soon as I have time, probably a week from today, you will be able to go onto World Anvil and find this setting that we're doing, which is really, really fun. Usually with RPGs, the setting is built out before. As we're building it as we go, I'm going to put it up after we finish building it. So that link will be dropped in the Discord, so you should check out the Discord. Okay.
In D&D in a Castle.
Oh, D&D in a castle, D&D in a castle, D&D in a castle.
It's in a castle!
It's D&D in a Castle.
We're gonna play D&D in a castle, you guys. It's so exciting. And you should check out the mailing list because there's a bunch of stuff that hasn't been announced yet that's happening that's also exciting.
Yes, be on the mailing list.
Secrets.
Yeah. Speaking of secret, can we tell them what our next game on the Uncommon Trust Presents is going to be?
Yeah, so Uncommon Trust Presents, we started because we were doing a whole bunch of stuff and we wanted to try a whole bunch of stuff and explore a bunch of things, and we are at some point getting into like a more long-term campaign that is also secrets. But the Uncommon Trust Presents is our opportunity to go through a bunch of mini campaigns. So once this is done, there's still more to come. Be Dave.
Yes, so our next game, hang on, let me get out the calendar because I will say the wrong thing because I know what I am. We are going to be doing City of Mist with our good friend Jake Kyle of QueueTimes, who's always helping behind the scenes. You don't always get to see him here. Actually asked if he could run us through something, so we'll be on this side of the table, although I guess I'm on this side of the table
already. Yeah.
currently. Right, but all of us of the Uncommon Trust will be on this side of the table, and it will be Jake in the... Wait, hang on, where's...
Oh, right here.
Right. Jake will be in the
that way.
big chair. No, right. Jake will be in the big chair.
One day we'll figure out
City
pointing.
Mist. So I think we're probably going to take a little break next week, which is what, Sunday. I have the calendar in front of me and I'm doing it wrong. A little break.
We're
was it February 3rd?
Yeah, we're taking a break on the 3rd, so we'll be coming back on the
On the 10th.
February 10th is
February
when. And is that going to be a 3-parter?
I don't know, because I'm not running it. So more details will be coming, but that's the next thing. Yeah.
But on the 3rd, you can catch up on all the VODs, which is, you know, we have so many VODs, you guys.
Oh, and Jake is also running a game of Outbreak Undead that I'm going to be in.
Ooh!
Yes.
That's going to be on Sundays in February.
Yes.
It's called Nuclear Winters and should be very, very cool.
Is that happening?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I'm going to get to play with Jake twice a week.
And
Are you jealous?
and while we're plugging QueueTimes, because they do great stuff, they also have a great Kids on Bikes game going. They have lots of good stuff. You should check out the Twitch, the QueueTimes Twitch catalog also. See what they're doing.
Catalog of QueueTimes.
The Cutalog.
Now it's a musical. I'm like, can I spend my penny to make this episode a musical?
It's not. He's probably not watching it because I don't think he does. But shout out to my brother. It's his birthday.
Hey!
Happy birthday, Poizel's brother! Way to still be alive.
Right, it's true.
Another year. Okay, so let's get into Hillfolk. Hillfeels.
I appreciate we all just like.
Yeah. What are we doing?
Oh boy, okay.
What was the? We can curse here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, fuck that.
Yeah. It was like I give no hill fucks. That was the
That was a Chekhov.
Whereas I give all the hill fucks, which is why this is so hard for me. Okay.
Icon gives all the hill fucks.
Shut up.
Sorsha wants a hill fuck.
That's true.
Well, giving them out.
The thirst is
Apparently.
real.
Someone get that girl a hill fuck.
Whereas I'm deciding which hill I want to die on.
The thirst is real.
Okay, Okay, so to start off, we're going to vote. We did this at the top of the last show. Hillfolk does a thing where the game, part of the mechanics is that each session is an episode, and at the end of every episode, the players talk about why they think they best played into their dramatic polls and into the theme of the episode. Last week's theme was guilt, and so I'm going to have each of the players say why they felt they deserve what's called a Benny. It's short for benefit, which I apparently didn't say last week. And like halfway through the thing, the chat was like, "Oh!" So it's
I didn't know until just now.
it's called a Benny. It's short for benefit. It's a coin that gives you powers. So yeah, for those who are just tuning in and are unfamiliar with the Hillfolk system, not only do we make everything up as we go along, and the players do it. You get rewarded for basically granting other people emotional stuff. So it's emotional currency. So if you go into a scene and you're petitioning for something, if the other person grants it to them, you basically give them a drama token. So you're basically buying that emotional thing. And once you get drama tokens, you can then spend them to change the narrative. So it's a sort of interesting system that rewards people for not always fighting for what they want. Instead, it's creating drama and conflict and give and take, etc., etc., etc. So the bennies are kind of like the big thing. So everybody is now going to say how they played into their polls last week, into the theme of guilt. We should recap first, maybe.
Yes.
Probably.
Yeah. Okay.
To add to what you were saying, so we're like emotional sugar daddies. We're like emotional sugar patrons.
Yeah.
That we bribe people to give us what we want. Yeah. Okay.
Sam, you still had a Benny from
Sam
last
has
week.
one.
Do you have yours already?
Yeah, Sam still has a Benny. Alejandra also received a Benny last episode, but she spent it. And just so y'all know how this usually works is there's a sort of somewhat complicated voting system with the players, and it's all numerical, and you add the numbers up, and you also add up how many drama tokens people got from the previous episode, which there's bennies and drama tokens. B-Dave got 6 drama tokens that he still had at the end, and because there's no way to calculate that with how we're doing the vote, I've just also given him a Benny.
Unlimited power.
Also, it's the last episode, so F it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Make it rain.
And then what was I going to say? Yes, so recap. So, we are using the base setting of Hillfolk. We're at an Iron Age village. Imagine it. These folks are Hillfolk because they live in mountains. What? They live in the Southlands, the southern part of the mountains, and in the Northlands it's the same people referred to as the people. Those are also Hillfolk, but that's like the city folk, and they're a little lame. Whereas in the Southlands, I'm just biased because I love y'all. In the Southlands, these folks live in a village called Hearth, and they are a raiding village. So there's no farming. Hillfolks don't farm.
We do not sow.
Yeah, they don't sow.
Not even a bit.
Instead, they raid, and so they raid all the people in the lowlands because they're just not as good people.
They're just so good at growing stuff.
Yeah, it's just the economy they have. They raid and then they get stuff. And so our raiding party, we have a new chieftain and a new whisper. Played by Poisel, which is the second to the religious leader, the voice. And in the very first episode, there was a festival called the Reveille, which is what we would consider the full moon. And it was discovered that their entire food stores were going to be taken to the Northlands, which is very unheard of. And it was like, oh my God. So everything's been a struggle since then, and our new chieftain has decided to raid early to make up for this lack of stores.
Raid early, raid often.
So what I'm going to have is I'm going to have everybody say what was the most important thing that happened to their character last week, and then I'll just fill in any gaps.
Thank you. It's been a long week.
B-Dave.
The most important thing that happened to Fernvey was being able to give some recognition to my wayward daughter, but finding my own warrior heart in seeking out the opportunity to destroy Sigurd for his betrayal of our people, and to hopefully die a glorious death in the process.
And what is Fernvey? I guess also say his role in the
Fernvey's the elder. I'm a healer. I'm the oldest member of our tribe, and hopefully not the last one to remember how things are supposed to be done.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
I play Icon, the Icon 7th Sight, the new Whisper and religious leader of the Hillfolk, those in the Hearth. The most important thing that happened to Icon last game was probably there was a couple scenes between Icon and Sorsha kind of coming to a head, some of the tension there, and as well as a very dear flashback with Avrak to establish why they're so close, and then at the end a resignation, a trusting of Avrak's leadership in the conflict that arose at the end, and the discovery of Sigurd's betrayal. Do you want me to go into like my dramatic polls and what that means right now? Like how?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
That's for you.
Well, I meant for the Benny thing.
Oh, well, no, this is just recap.
This is all recap, and then we'll do Benny thing. Okay.
I am.
If we do it, people will forget.
Yeah.
Sorry, Alan. I'm sorry.
I am Sorsha, rogue healer and secret diviner. Let's see what happened to me last week. I was rudely interrupted by Icon. I thought I was going to get somewhere with Avrak, and I didn't. So Icon once again stole Avrak again from me, which is fine. What else? And then I've been hanging on to the guilt of knowing that Sigurd, not only I saw him poisoning the horses, I also saw him possibly in a very compromising position where he might have killed the previous voice. And so
this was all in flashback.
This was in flashback.
Yeah.
And so that guilt I'd been hanging on to, I finally told Avrak and my father, Fernvey, what I had seen. I think that's all I have for the last week.
I mean, those are pretty big,
And
except for the final scene. But yeah.
Yeah, and the clamthorn. I guess putting together that
Oh yeah.
the clamthorn, which is very poisonous and was used to possibly kill the horses. That
Definitely kill the horses.
yeah, that the whisper and the voice, especially the voice, was also knew what. We're also familiar with clamthorn, so maybe there's some more guilty parties.
Those aren't fun parties.
Those are the best parties.
But they were on theme for the episode.
Oh my god! I want to throw guilty parties.
Guilty parties. I'm playing Sigurd, the scout and former horsemaster. A childhood friend of Sorsha's, but even that seems to be in doubt when Sorsha spotted that I don't have a birthmark that Sigurd had that she remembered. But it's unclear if Sigurd did these things, what his motivation for them could be, and if he was actually in control of himself when he was doing them, or if he was in some sort of dissociative state. So, but I mean, his sort of house of cards is sort of falling apart at this point, and he's sort of rushing around trying to get people to to turn on each other and to support him, with limited success. I feel like at this point he's starting to get desperate and run out of options.
And the most important thing that happened to Avrak Warmaster, the chieftain of this tribe of raiders, was being informed of all of these different pieces of the conspiracy as they came together near the end of the episode, which, given Avrak, is causing it now to pop off.
It shall pop.
And in the process, interviewing their best person, Icon, and discovering to their satisfaction that they were not directly responsible, which is why it is now Avrak's goal to, fuck you up.
Yes.
to use a term of art.
To dispense some Hillfolk justice.
So, to recap, there has been a murder of the previous voice and of a bunch of horses that Sigurd is at least somewhat involved in.
That's a fair assumption.
I mean,
He was there.
he was there and maybe did it. Maybe he didn't know. There's are a lot of feels going on between people.
Can I recap the final scene?
Sure,
that's the
if
one
you
that-
feel
yeah.
strongly about it.
Well, I'm not the recaptain.
They're the recap.
Well,
that's true.
Go chronologically, and you
I
can
know
take
you're
it.
trying to do things differently, but they're like.
All right, you can recap the button, but so there's a murder, there's horses, there's all sorts of intrigue. The North has taken all of the food. Everyone's trying to figure out what the hell's going on. The people who have taken their new positions are trying to figure out their positions, whereas the elders trying to make everybody do things how they used to be. And is still taking care of kids in adorable scenes. Oh, and most important thing that happened to my character, Tomothy.
Yes. We are all just here for Tommy.
That's true.
Tomothy, the spy child, who Sigurd convinced to spy on Fernve, turns out is the son of Pollock. Pollock, for those of you who don't know, because we didn't really make it super clear, there was how Avrak became chief is there was a whole festival and they shot a bow and arrow, but the bow and arrow was actually made by Pollock, and Pollock was the one who was meant to become chief, but something happened and they couldn't hit the target. So anyway, that's who Pollock is, and their son is Sigurd's spy.
I have the best spies.
Yeah.
The best spies.
And
I
so,
will just say one other tiny detail that's important is we moved up the traditional time of the raid.
Yes,
Yeah.
which
That was-
I
We did get
said that at the
so
top,
at the
Yep.
at the end,
We're rating early.
but it's always worth
Right early,
mentioning
right
again.
Yeah. Icon sent.
So this is the final
Icon
scene
sent
of last week.
Sigurd to go wait this out at the old barn while Icon tried to talk to Avrak. And while Sigurd was at the barn, Sorsha found Sigurd there, packing up his bags. And
we've got a raid.
They were having a conversation where Sorsha was confronting Sigurd. And then
pretty
the
dramatic.
voice showed up with Pollock and asked Sigurd if Sorsha was coming with them. And that was where we left off.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So that's where we ended. So everyone should be recapped fully. It all makes sense. We've gone over every detail. So very quickly, I'm going to have everybody say how they felt they played to their polls and to the theme of last week. The theme of last week was guilt, again. Would anybody like to start? Sam.
So Avrak's dramatic poles are invulnerable leader and fallible mortal, and they had to show leadership in ascertaining guilt, specifically of this son of a bitch. And it requires that they act as an invulnerable leader, but by immediately going to Icon and being the most worried about Icon and trying to ensure their safety, they were simultaneously really just being a fallible mortal boy.
Okay, so
Are you guilty of
And
something?
guys at home, pay attention. Y'all are going to be voting on this.
Sigurd's polls are societal acceptance, having a role within the Southerners, or his own individual accomplishment of basically showing them, the newer animal husbandry techniques from the North. And
Is that what it's called now? Killing all your horses?
yeah. I mean, I think I definitely played
tactic.
to the. I think I definitely played to the theme of the episode a lot in guilt, because a lot of it was about uncovering my own guilt in these circumstances. So yeah, I don't know how successful it was. I think I'm kind of enjoying watching the character. He definitely wants to have connection between the other people in the group, but sometimes the way he goes about getting that attention is kind of unusual. It's hard to understand his motivations. So
Yeah.
All right. My polls are I want a respect of the tribe or versus self-respect, and I think I actually ended up doing that.
Sorsha!
Because I had been hanging on, knowing knowing what happened to the horses and who was involved, and also knowing what possibly happened to the previous voice, and then hanging on to that to keep Sigurd from getting in trouble. And also, I think, let's see, like I didn't, if people knew I was there, I didn't want to be any more of an outsider or get in trouble. So I kind of just I hung on to that, and then at the end, finally discussing with my father, with Fernvey, and then and Avrak, and just finally telling them like, this is what happened. I saw this. I was there, and being like, and feeling super guilty about that, but knowing, hey, this is the only way to proceed and to find what happened is for me to tell the truth, and then we can discover what's going on. So did that make sense?
Sorry, I keep turning my head to laugh, and I'm forgetting there's a mic like right there. So I apologize.
Predator laugh.
I'm so sorry. It's new.
Icon's dramatic pulls are kind of simple and base. They're just fight or flight, and I feel like dealing with the guilt through the last episode, Icon really was in both ways doing both. They were kind of with the flashback to their relationship with Avrak and the gift that they gave them and the promise that Avrak made. They were kind of staying away from the guilt of holding on to their past. They weren't giving into that and giving into what they must do, which is kind of fight their own feelings and go into their new position, and instead they hold on to the past. And they're also kind of at the end fighting their guilt and fighting this feeling of betrayal and hoping against reality that things can be fixed, and the betrayal and guilt that they're feeling for what Sigurd has done. So
my dramatic poles are simultaneously serving the community and trying to be a vital contributing member, but also wanting to die and earn my place among the gods in the island. So simultaneously trying to be of this world and not. So pulled in two absolutely opposite directions. In the theme of guilt, I think Fernvey feels like if he'd been a better healer, he could have helped the horses. And if he'd been a better father, Sorsha could have come to him sooner, and maybe all of this could have been avoided. Yeah. So,
Hillfeels, get high!
You just made me cry.
yeah. So, and now the only thing he knows to do, I guess, is again being drawn to the past, is to mount up.
Mount up.
Yeah. He's rolling around in the old armor, looking to dance.
All right. To assuage his guilt, he's threatening people.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that happened. I don't know if we said that outright, but Fahrenvey just threatened to. He wants to kill Sigurd, I think is the. Yeah.
Specifically, he wants a trial of the gods, and that will manifest as combat, but, the gods will choose, who they will based on who wins when we fight.
So, everyone has said how this is going to work is all of the players have said how they feel their character played into the theme, into their polls best. So, you at home, generally how the game works is that we all vote amongst each other, and it's all very interesting, but I want you all to vote. So you at home, a vote is going to pop up on the screen whenever it's ready. Oh, it just popped up. So you vote to see. You have one vote to see who you think is the guiltiest. I don't know who played best into the theme.
With them polls.
With them polls.
Plenty of you played in the polls last week.
It's going to be up for about 2 minutes, and y'all can if you click one you're not set into, you've got it now maybe another minute 40 seconds to change your mind. Just click between all of them. Be like, I don't know, this one or this one or this one. That's what I just did. You can't see it, but I did.
That's what happened.
Okay. So
I should go into the chat, you're saying. And
That's it. No. Don't read the bingo card.
Okay, so for those of y'all who can't vote on because you're watching on Xbox, which might just be Kai, if you want to put in chat who you'd like to vote for,
Hi,
we'll
Kai.
take it into account.
Okay.
Hello.
The noblest of guys.
Oh, yeah, QueueTimes can add the vote for you, Kai. So just pop it in. You're reading, you know that. I don't need to. Okay.
Now we all know.
So, as everybody's voting, today's theme, which was chosen by B. Dave, again, how Hillfolk works is that the GM starts the first episode and calls the first scene, and then it goes to the players, and each additional episode is called by a new player who decides the theme of that episode. So, B. Dave was drawn randomly last week, so he decided this week's theme is Rage. And the name of the episode is Une crise de rage, which is a fit of rage. So let that inform all of your decisions.
It's so hard to be angry in French because it still sounds so beautiful.
Merde. I don't know. This is. Well, you don't have to do it in French the whole time.
I mean,
It's just the.
Good, because I can.
You can.
I mean, my name is from.
That's gonna be the whole rest of this stream. Is just us saying French things.
Baguette.
Croissant.
I'm just gonna leave very heavily on the
Champs-Élysées.
Oh my god. Oh god.
Just so we on that.
It'll be just like that Flight of the Conchord song.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So, we're still waiting on this.
The voted.
Everybody voted, right? We're all voted. Is it? Yeah. Okay. Got it.
So we have to know. Because it affects the very first scene.
Okay. So our tyingest ties of the tie-verse is, well, it's not a tie, but so you get the person who wins and then the second place both get a Benny. Or sorry, yes, a Benny. So Sigurd and Sorsha.
Yeah! Guilty party.
That's right, guilty party over here.
Thank you, everybody at home, for voting.
Thank you so much for loving my horrible,
I'm the
horrible
only one at this
person.
table that is Bennyless.
Piece of shit that is.
I'm a Bennyless beggar.
That's okay. You're gonna get like 17 drama tokens in like the first scene.
Yeah.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
I'm a Bennyless beggar.
Drama.
Bennies are cool because with bennies you can do the same thing as drama tokens, where you can sort of force someone to grant you something in a scene. You can enter a scene that the person doesn't want you in, or you can say you're not in a scene. But you can also with bennies do things like burn somebody else's drama token. So somebody plays a drama token. If you have a benny, you can say no and burn it. You can even do it before they play it. Like if somebody only has one drama token out of spite, you can just be like no.
Can a Benny counter a Benny? Like, I'm gonna force my way into your scene with my Benny, and she's like, but you won't with her Benny.
She would have to have 2.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's got to up it.
But then that stops it. That's the last. That seals it.
You can't.
Unless you guys have like 6 bennies.
Right.
The other thing you can do with a Benny is jump the queue. The scenes are called in order by these cards, and if you have a Benny, you can be like, actually, I'm next. Thank you.
Thank you.
But you have to say it like that.
Excuse me.
So, Fahrenvey is calling our first scene. Oh, well, actually, I mean, B. Dave is calling the scene. Fahrenvey is going to be in it, unless he doesn't want to be. So, and with his Benny or the drama token, he could also say he's not in the scene and call a scene that somebody else is in. What I am going to do, though, is I'm going to start everybody off with the drama token.
Hey.
Slaps all around. Y'all are doing great. You're doing great.
So I do have a question.
Yes.
I want
Shiny
to be
pork.
in the scene, but I don't necessarily want to be at the beginning of the scene. Can I enter it after?
That's totally fine.
Okay, and is it up to me or up to you when I enter the scene?
That's up to you. Everything's up to you.
It's true. I mean, now I like this game more.
I know. It's basically like I've got, there's 6 GMs here, so. Because it's everybody.
For the first
General
scene.
managers.
Never GM.
Too bad. You're jamming right now.
All right, so Sam's going to call all the scenes. I'm going to go ahead and pass my Benny over to them. Right.
That's fine. Yes, so Sam is becoming. We're going to change all
Did
the
you make
rules.
Sam a god now?
Sam's already a god.
Oh, but before we start, get your bingo cards because from this point on, bingo begins.
It begins.
And they're off.
Bingo!
There's your free space.
Yeah, right off the bat.
All right. So where are we? When are we? When last we left, we were 3 days from the raid. 2 days from the raid.
2 days from the raid.
We are 2 days from the raid. You guys are right, because you're the GMs. I'm just a person in a chair.
It's night. I felt like it was fairly late also.
Yes.
Into the night.
In real time, that's where we left.
So the scene I would like to call is at the stable with Sorsha and Sigurd and the old voice. And I would like to arrive.
And Pollock.
And Pollock. I would like to arrive shortly, but not be there yet. So basically from the moment that the voice says, is she coming with us, is the start of the scene.
Okay.
I will enter it momentarily.
So who is the petitioner in this scene?
Sorsha.
Okay, and what is she petitioning for?
WTF. She wants to know what is going on. Like, what even is this? What's happening?
So she's trying to figure out what's going on. She's
Yes.
trying to be pulled into the loop, as it were.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
I will arrive at a dramatically appropriate moment.
All right,
I
cool.
see you.
So our really cool theme music plays. There's everybody make the faces you'd make in the theme.
Wait, hang on, wait.
They're all recapping things. You're seeing people be dramatic. There's raiding. There's no horseback riding because the horses are dead.
Yeah.
There's lots of sex scenes. It's all very sexy and dramatic.
You're like an HBO RPG over here.
This is prestige RPG right here.
And then as the music comes to a climax, you see Hillfolk unclister. And there's fire. Scene opens. Oh, actually, you should describe it.
At the stables, again, Sigurd is frantically running around collecting his belongings, clearly looking to beat a hasty exit when Sorsha arrives and confronts him about it, which he says he's simply preparing for the raid, which is in 2 days, so that doesn't add up. When the voice and Pollock arrive, Pollock is a mountain of a woman, also clearly wearing her battle regalia. This is not a social visit that you have now wandered into. So as she looks at you and says, is she coming with us? Sorsha feels a knot in the depths of her stomach, realizing something truly wrong and amiss is taking place, and you are here completely alone. And begin.
My character's not smiling. I'm smiling.
I'd like to think the voice is like...
You guys! Okay.
It's all about to happen.
I'm just so excited to see what happens.
Kyle, what are you doing here? What's going on?
She doesn't know? Why did you bring her along?
I didn't bring her here.
Oh.
I don't know why you're here.
Oh, Sorsha. It's been a while since we've spoken like this, met like this. What is your reason for being at the stable right now?
What is your reason for being at the stable right now?
You know how I love getting answered with a question. No matter. Come here. She puts her hand on the side of your face and kind of like her eyes roll back for a second. And then she just goes, oh. Oh, all you have seen. You should come with us.
What's going on here? What are you not telling me? What do you mean to do with Sigurd?
They're gonna execute me or something on some trumped up charge.
It is not what I'm not telling you. It is what you have not told. And it needs to be told, Sorsha. Will you come with us to tell it?
Do I have a choice?
You always have a choice. You chose to be silent for 6 months. You can choose to continue to do so.
I'll come with you.
Right about then, a hammer comes swinging out towards Sigurd's head, but you have ample time to duck underneath it.
Oh, yeah.
Also, Pollock engages you at that point.
Okay, well, I was just going to destroy one of the posts of the stable, miss his head and hit a post. So
Oh, okay.
if she
All
wants to draw down, she can. But I definitely miss Sigurd, but ah! And shatter one of the posts. So it is quite clear that although the speed's not there, the power very much still is.
And now I'm Pollock. Pollock goes, "Stand down, old man."
What?
What means this? Sorry for the yelling.
No, we're like, sorry, kid.
Just so close.
Yeah, I'm all like, ah! Literally, I just point at him. Yeah.
You know, there's a way that we're supposed to do this. You can't just come and attack people randomly because you're angry, old man.
It's not random. Get up! He killed the horses. All of this is his doing.
Pollock stands back, and then the voice goes, "Yes, yes. But we must figure out why."
Kylea, why are you even here? You should be in the north.
But the problem is here in the south. It will be resolved in the north, but I need him to resolve it.
Source, are you all right?
I'm fine, Father. I'm gonna go with them. I don't trust them.
You can't go alone. I shall accompany you also.
If you so choose. But be warned, there are snakes among us, brother. And if you leave the Southlands, you may be needed here, but you are welcome to join.
With the butt of my stake, I carve into the ground the rune of Sam and the rune of Ash with an arrow pointing to the north, and I say, "In the face of the gods, may our journey be blessed." Like in the dust. Yeah.
Someone else is coming. We must go now or not at all.
If only we had horses to ride.
We have some.
Then I follow on.
Shady bitch.
And then she does that thing where she just like points and people appear, and some horses are brought out, and she sort of like counts all of you and is like, Pollock, you shall walk. You may use Pollock's horse.
I can. Fine.
Pollock is like visibly bothered. It's like, okay, that's fine. I'm used to people stealing things from me.
Look, when I get up on the horse, I do look at Pollock. Does she have her longbow?
Yes.
I just look and say, it's quite a bow.
So while they're engaged in this, am I on a horse right now?
A horse has not yet been offered to you.
Okay.
But do you go towards a horse to get on it?
I'd probably go towards one of them and start like patting it or whatever and like taking care of it. I'm very affectionate with horses in general.
Pollock's gonna pull her sword out. I don't trust you with the horse, just as I don't trust you with my son.
He can ride with me. And I pull Sigurd up onto my horse. So it's just...
She sort of like exchanges glances with the voice. The voice nods and says, "All will be fine. We're watching him."
I'm gonna make a run for it. I know how to goad the horse from behind, and I'm gonna try to just take her with me, and I'm just gonna go with the horse. I'm gonna try to make a run for it.
Oh, so not even with them. You're just trying to run away.
Well, I mean, I've got Sorsha with me now too.
Okay.
So, I mean, you can try to resist and you know, knock me off the horse or you know, get yourself off the horse. It's up to you, you know. But I'm definitely trying to make an escape for it. And as I do so, I say, these people, they won't understand your power. They won't understand why I did what I did. We need to get away from them. You're right to not trust them.
Do you have D6s?
I do.
Okay. Roll them. Also, what are your skills? What you got?
My strong ones are knowing and talking.
Okay. What are your weak ones?
My weak ones are fighting, making.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So, all right. So you're
Sneaking and moving are in the middle.
Midland. All right. So just a regular, it's a straight roll.
Okay.
So 2d6.
8.
Oh, okay. All right. So you will succeed at a cost.
Okay.
But I'm going to say that scene concludes with you running off.
Okay.
And we'll find out what that cost is.
To say,
Well, is she sticking with me, or what's this? Because we were on the same horse, basically, at this point.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
Unless, are you trying to get off the horse?
Well, I was ready to find out what happened, and now I'm like, Sigurd, what are you doing? So but I'm stuck on a horse with them.
So, Rika, you ran away from a mighty warrior with a longbow.
Yeah.
But he's got a human shield now, so it's
Cool.
fine.
It's fine. It's fine. It's super fine.
Well, he's a warrior there with a suspect aim and a longbow.
We already know Pollock's not good.
I was just saying,
I'm not worried about
basically idly sort of like spitting and cursing because he doesn't know this horse and he never was much of a rider, so he wants to be you know.
The old boys were walking, damn it.
Right. It's hard to ride a horse with a maul.
Pollock is going to look at you as though to insinuate that you should get off the horse so that they may follow them.
Get my daughter back. And I do come down.
Okay, and so Pollock pursues
Exit pursued by
Black-Eye.
Whoa.
Again, for the folks at home, generally Hillfolk has a very different procedural mechanic. For streamlining, we're actually just borrowing from Apocalypse Engine. But the dice. Okay, so that was an interesting and fun scene.
This is all going well.
Yeah.
So as the petitioner, do you feel like you got informed by anybody?
No. No.
Not even slightly.
No.
More questions.
Do you, I mean, I guess it's less about the physical stuff. Do you feel like anybody opened up emotionally to you in a way they hadn't before? Like, do you feel like the voice or Sigurd or anybody like...
That they hadn't before? No, Sigurd didn't show me anything new. We're still in that same kind of trying to figure each other out. My father, I think, did admit to having my back. I think he was like, oh, my daughter, and so I think I got something from Fernvey.
Yeah. Do you feel like the voice opened up to you?
I mean, not too. I feel like I still don't trust the voice, so I don't know if it's just like manipulation.
Copy.
I was going to say, she seemed nice.
Yeah, she seemed nice,
But she could be lying, yeah.
Does everyone feel agree that yeah, okay, so get yourself a drama token. You didn't get what you wanted.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh.
Avrock.
All right.
When, where, who, why? What?
Okay.
How?
I guess
How often?
a gentleman be never told. So I think last we left off, Avrak was heading after Sigurd. So this will probably happen very shortly thereafter with Avrak and Fernvey and an option on icon if you want to grab that.
Okay.
Okay.
So we see an almost shot-for-shot replication of how Fernvey entered the stables from Avrak. So a maul just swinging through, and like the head of it lands in the dirt of the stable, and they just roll in like, "Where's Sigurd?"
Okay, so this is
bring me Thanos.
immediately following that
Yeah.
last scene.
Moments after.
So
Bring me
Pollock has
Thanos.
run off, Sigurd and Sorsha are out, so it's just the voice and Fernvey, and you have come in with a sword? Maul?
Yeah,
Okay.
maul.
for the record, mauls are like big ass hammers. They're like polearm hammers. You know, for people that aren't, medieval weapon nerds, we both just keep referring to them. Yeah.
And Dave's characters will always have one.
All right.
Stay on brand.
They can acquire them in the game. They can be made with them.
It's true. Yeah.
All right. So.
Who's the petitioner?
Yes.
I would like to know where Sigurd is.
Yeah, and if you are the petitioner, you don't have to state what you're petitioning for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. So you're trying to find.
Yeah.
So to petition, you have to petition from someone else in the scene, and so finding Sigurd wouldn't necessarily work unless you're. So it's you're petitioning for something emotional from somebody else in the scene. So as opposed to like finding Sigurd would be more procedural.
Yeah.
Maybe the truth of the matter?
I mean, truth isn't necessarily emotional. They're, at the moment, seeking...
Justice?
Yeah, justice, or moreover, catharsis of their rage. Like, it is a little more important that something be done.
I just bring out the
At
best
this
in you.
very
Do a thing, yeah.
I will bring the best out of you, specifically your heart. Just all those internal organs.
Some
Bring them right
blood
out
eagle
of you.
time.
So in this scene, from these two people, what are you petitioning for?
I don't have to tell you.
But do you know?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. That's
So-
true.
Could I ask a point of clarification for this scene? So
Yes.
the voice had a horse, Pollock had a horse, the voice had other non-specified people with her. How many are they, and do any of them have horses? Or were there a grand total of 2 horses?
So the number of horses hasn't been established yet, but there are other horses. You just haven't seen them.
Right.
You have seen 2 horses, and there was another person going towards like they looked like they were getting more horses, but that shit happened.
Right.
So, I guess so.
Okay.
I guess you've seen 3 horses because there was the one that he stole, there's the one the voice was about to get on, and the one that you got off of that Pollock took.
Got it. Okay.
But there may be more horses.
That's relevant to my reply. That's why.
There's an undeterminate amount of horses.
Mm-hmm. Schrodinger's horses. They're both there and not there until we check.
Yeah.
Until the waveform or horses.
Yeah.
And another thing, you notice all of these horses have
Bridle?
muzzles on them, as though it is not, and they're muzzles that are not easy to take off, as though to stop people from feeding them that are not meant to feed them. So these are all.
You foiled my poisoning plans.
So Abrex rolling in on the voice in Fernbay.
Yes. So you've hit a thing.
Yes. I hit a thing.
All right, let's
and I shouted
roll
where
it.
Sigurd real loud that, for the sake of sound, I will not repeat.
Fled. The coward took a horse. He has Sorsha. Pollock is in pursuit. And I point that away, where they went.
What's the meaning of this?
Of Sigurd fleeing? Clearly there is some guilt on the boy's brain.
What do you know of this?
I was trying to suss everything out. There are those in your village that know far more than have been said.
More is known now. What secrets do you have?
I have the secrets of the universe, Avra.
Fancy, what do you know about this? I'm in no mood. I have them all back up.
We have suspected for some time a darkness coming. I did not know until recently that the darkness was coming from within. I was foolish, blind perhaps. I assumed it was from without. Our forces are not ready for traitors.
Our forces are ready for whoever we have to be ready for.
If your forces are the ones that are betraying yourself, it is a very different preparation.
Then
Avra.
what do you know?
Stop speaking in riddles.
All of my visions are riddles. It is for me to verify them. I can only... We must work together. There's a darkness in your village, in Hearth. It seems it has come to light. But there is more here. And there's more in the north. There are those among you that they think they are doing what is right. And it is hard for me to read who is a traitor when all of them think they are right. Does that make sense?
We need to send somebody after Sigurd now.
Pollock has gone.
I motion to the stars overhead, and I just say, 1,000 campfires of Alcuin are burning bright now. Now is the time to resolve this issue. If you trust Pollock, fine. Who else can we seek out now?
What do you mean?
Who are these traitors? Who are these they? If it's just Sigurd, we know that one can't be counted on. What else is there? We have to do something.
What do you suggest, old man?
I hit the hammer, the head of the hammer down on the dirt again. Boom. I suggest we live by our way.
Call your village together. Know this. I have seen you. I have seen your greatness. But it was not meant to be this soon. Someone interfered.
We do what we must when we're called to it.
Yes.
And know this. If any harm comes to Sorsha while we're finding out the truth of these riddles, no one is beyond accountability. I'm gonna shove off before she can throw more shade at me. Go, take care of it.
And when Avrak storms out, I just look at her and I say, you say there's corruption in the village, in our village. But you forget yourself, child. It's our village. We're supposed to be one people, right? And then I, much slower, make my way away from her also, back towards the village.
Before you get too far, just Fernvey, do you know all the uses for clamthorn?
It's a weed, a poison.
Do you know of its lesser uses of taking away dexterity?
I reach in my pocket and I've got the icon's pouch of it. And I'm like, I found some recently. The Whisper had it. I don't know why.
These things too will come to light.
Well, dexterity, you don't mean.
It's just a use. Perhaps.
If the implication is that Pollock was somehow treated unfairly, that seems like the sad mulings of a wounded warrior that missed her opportunity along with her shot.
Pollock does not accuse anyone. I just wondered if you were aware of the other uses of clamthorn.
No, and I would advise against spreading this particular theory, lest you be seen as casting doubt upon the rightful leadership of Avrak, which would be a shame in these trying times.
I do not doubt our ways. I do not doubt the goddess. I doubt the people of this village. Our village. They have been misled, and by whom we shall see.
I go, and actually I stop and I do come back towards her again, and I say, you've become quite a voice. I've had the privilege of knowing many in my time. Gunther was a friend of mine too. We grew up together. Unfortunately, I find all too often the voice has many words, but as we know, words can be just wind. B-Dave speaks through many, not always just the appointed few. Now, what are you going to be of some use tonight instead of skulking around and letting us do everything?
We're all very bitter in this village.
I can't imagine why. Interesting. Someone is plotting our destruction, killing our horses, and my daughter's been kidnapped. Does this seem a disproportionate response because my plan was to splatter the boy's head like a melon?
We must see what is inside it before we splatter it.
There's many ways to see what's inside of it.
No,
Come. I will make you tea in my home. We'll suss this out. I know what you like. That's terrible.
What?
I'm not that old, y'all, but I did just need tea.
I mean, you were the last one standing over here.
That's hot tea.
Hey, there's still time for one more rumor. Yeah, that's fine.
Heck yeah.
Exactly.
I'm here for it.
Yes. And then
it follows you to get tea.
That is what the elders are calling it these
True. Open to
days.
interpretation.
Hazme café.
It was weird citing my own deity, but it was relevant to the point I was making, unfortunately.
I've been sitting here being the grandchild of myself this whole day.
True.
All right, okay. I forgot who was petitioning for what. I just got
It was
distracted.
Outback. They were petitioning the voice to show deference toward them and respect, which leans into what Avrak wants most, which is respect.
Does Avrak feel like they got that?
Oh, fuck no.
Okay. All right.
The voice continues to be a riddly shit bitch.
Give yourself a drama token.
Yeah, give me some drums. Give me a drum of drums.
A wee drum.
Wee drum.
It's a drum
Right.
board.
That's a wee token.
A drum forward.
Right. So now it's my turn. Okay. So that was
I
fun.
didn't see an option to come in.
Yeah, totally.
So it is now my turn to call a scene, and I'm gonna.
Scene caller.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll right back into this. I want to sort of figure out. So basically, you rolled an 8, which is great.
8 is great.
8 is great.
great.
But because it is between 7 and 9, it does mean that you
The ghost.
you succeed at a cost.
Okay.
Ooh. And so Pollock is chasing you. You guys are chasing. Do you know where you're headed to?
Oh, geez. Probably towards the Trident. I'm thinking.
Okay. And I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna put this on you. So feel free to say no, and then slap the air. That you are petitioning for Sorcerer to be on your side.
Yeah.
Okay, in this scene.
Okay.
Which is also we'll say the chase scene has happened. You guys are like hiding out in like a cave nearby or some
Okay.
sort of geographical feature nearby that you've been to often. What is it?
Yeah, I mean, I know I'm much better with horses and much better at hiding than Pollock. So
Yeah.
I'm at this point. I think I just wanted to find a spot for us to rest
Okay.
the horse so that we can make a burst and get away.
So what is this spot? You've been here before.
I'll actually say it's a cave near the beach.
Okay.
But a little further south of where Trident lands really start. So I don't think that we'll be. I mean, fishermen used to use it, but I don't think it's been in use anytime soon. But there's some old like rotted nets and stuff in it, and yeah,
Okay.
it's just a little hidey hole that I seem to know the location of. So.
Okay. And Saoirse, have you been to this place before? Is this special to y'all at all? This location?
Yes. I think this is where we would run off to when we were kids. And nothing ever happened, but we would go and hang out in our caves and play and pretend. And so, yes, but I haven't been back to these caves in 15 years.
Yeah.
10 years.
And now I don't seem to have any sort of emotional reaction to it. I seem to be just kind of treating it like a place.
Thank you.
Is your initials are carved on the wall? And you're just like...
Yeah, probably.
that?
Probably.
Okay, so your petition for source should be on your side.
Yeah.
So you guys are sort of hiding out. Pollock is nearby, but probably doesn't know your location. So she's just sort of like doing her. And you know how scouting works when you guys are like, you know the process that she's going through to locate you.
We've got some time. Pollock is not a good tracker.
Do you have an idea of what your cost was? Because you succeeded.
Can't shake Pollock.
You succeeded at a cost, and that can be something where like you
Lost a boot.
Yeah, you can do something that makes your time more difficult. You can make yourself more prone in another way.
Because the horse's mouth is bound, it can't breathe as well, and its stamina is not what you expected. Like, you pushed it too hard, and the horse is worn out.
I mean, that could be why I had to force a break here. Yeah,
Okay.
That's fine.
Force poor horse.
All right,
Yeah.
cool.
Of course.
That also makes I like that because that it's but yeah, so the horse is having trouble breathing because of this mouth guard.
Okay. So I wanna stop and try to remove this mouth guard.
Be Dave on the Foley.
Damn.
All right.
Yeah.
Begin C.
You idiot! Why did you run?
They're gonna execute me. They'll probably execute you too.
Well, we don't even know what's going on. She made it sound like she's gonna at least tell us what's happening. Maybe we would know why you were in a trance or whatever was going on.
It's probably her who put me in this trance. I don't want any more contact with any more. You, I trust. You, I think you see the spirits of the forest and all that. But all of the other ways that the people of Hearth honor the gods, like it's backward and they're superstitious. And honestly, like we should, I want to help you. I want to help you. We can start a life somewhere else. Honestly, it's a lot better than this.
You just want to run and start a life with me? Are you joking? You haven't... Where is this coming from? You're bringing me back to this cave. Do you even remember?
Sigurd told me about this cave. And I do think that he did enjoy the time that he spent with you.
What?
And
wait, what are you talking about?
And there are a lot of things that he deserved to suffer for, but you don't deserve to suffer, and so I do.
Oh, wait,
I do owe you an explanation.
What are you saying? Sigurd? What are you saying to me?
I'm not Sigurd. Sigurd was my cousin. I'm Unferth.
So you don't have the birthmark.
I mean, it started out. It was almost funny how similar we looked when he moved up there. People used to joke around about it. You and your cousin, you look like twins.
I don't.
But, I can understand what you liked about Sigurd. Sigurd had some good qualities, but I don't think he deserved what he had. And so I decided to take it from him.
I don't understand what you're saying. Are you... Who did you poison the horses? No, it was you, because you didn't have the birthmark. You were poisoning the horses. You were the one that
I mean, at first I thought having Sigurd's horses would make me happy. To have the respect, to have friends who cared about him, all that. But after a while, it wouldn't bring me any joy, and I felt, I don't know, I wasn't completely myself, but I just wanted to just hurt him, and I couldn't because he was already gone. So I thought, I don't know, it was like I was in a fit, and I just wanted to destroy anything that belonged to him, that he had been given all these things that he didn't earn. And here was somebody like me who hadn't had those kind of opportunities, but was willing to make decisions to get what they needed.
Did you kill Sigurd?
I did.
When did you kill him?
It was years ago.
But it was Sigurd I was with in these caves.
He told me stories about them. We spent a lot of time together. I think in a way I loved him, but hated him.
Why do you need me? Just let me go. I don't understand why you need me to come with you. You have no connection to me.
I feel like I do. I mean, I felt like I knew you. The way Sigurd talked about you, I don't think he had feelings for you the way I do. But again, you were another thing that he had that he didn't deserve, that someone else could do a better job with.
I don't know if I can believe you. I don't understand.
I'd like to say that a lot of this was some sort of supernatural influence. And there are whispers in the north of the return of Baelor, one of the old gods. But I gotta tell you, everything I did because I'm bad.
Shut up. Just kidding.
And I don't know, even doing those things now don't bring me any pleasure. And I have to find some new way to live.
Unfer. I don't know how to help you. I don't even know who you are. You've been pretending to be someone, and you're admitting you're bad. How am I supposed to trust you?
You probably shouldn't, honestly. But I mean, I do care about you, and I know I don't deserve your trust. But I wouldn't do anything to hurt you. I would protect you.
I don't even know what to do. I don't even know what I want. I'm so confused. I've been waiting for. Oh my God, I loved Sigurd, and he didn't love me back, and now I'm finally someone. I think I don't even know. I can't even believe you. I don't even know. But did you know? Did you killed the horses on purpose?
I did.
And you killed the voice?
That I have no memory of.
I just need some space to think for a second.
Well, we don't really have that time. So if you want to go, you should go now. And I will create a distraction so that you can get away. They're after me, not you. I mean, you don't have to decide now. Meet me by the 3 stones in the Northlands in a week's time. Okay. I'm sorry.
And Sorsha just leaves the cave and just sits on a cliff by herself.
Yeah.
Can I spin this to affect a scene that is happening, or only in between?
How do you want to affect it?
Yeah, that's neither here nor there, because I don't know if I can't do it. I want someone else to show up that is not me.
To add somebody else to the
PC
scene?
or NPC?
A player.
but it's not you.
Correct.
Oh, with the Benny. Right?
Yep, with my Benny. With my big gun.
No.
Butts.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah.
Never mind, then.
Yeah, no, sorry.
I mean,
That scene ends with Sorsha leaving the cave.
Yeah.
What happens next? We don't know. Oh my gosh.
You got what you wanted.
I don't know that you.
Info.
Oh.
Way. Wow, high quality trash.
Only the best trash from different elves.
Burning as hot as the sun.
Oh my God.
The 1,000 Hearts of Alcuin.
Oh, goodness.
Wow. Okay, so that was intense. I feel really drained emotionally right now from that scene.
I'm in shock. I'm in
Hillfield.
shock.
So I don't feel like you got what you wanted.
No, but I would counter that. I think unburdening myself in some way probably has some value for me.
Yeah. And to be fair, her reaction was like surprisingly positive.
Yeah, it was like maybe. Was it a no?
Was it a no?
You're traitorous
think-
murderess.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so yes,
might
if you-
interpret that as
But you're nice to me.
Yeah.
If you feel like you got something emotionally, then feel free to give Alejandra a drama token.
I think I will. I will. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. All right.
I'm in shock.
Whew.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, that's valid.
Damn.
That's reasonable.
Also, please note that Sorsha's exiting the cave is while Pollock is still around.
Yeah.
But she probably would not have been thinking of that.
But-
Anyway, yes.
So I couldn't spend it to affect the scene, but
But
can
you
I spend
can
it
spend
now
it
to call
now.
the next one?
Yes, you can. You
Then I
can
would like to do that.
jump the queue.
Oh yeah, then you can just
Let me find
roll
her.
it
All
right
right, Fair and Bay.
Now the next thing.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You're stealing the scene from your daughter.
But can I spend it to call a scene that I am not in?
Yeah, because you have a drama token
Yeah.
as well.
But you'd have to spend. Yeah, you'd have to spend the drama
Smoke
token.
them if you got them. We don't have a lot of time.
Is
left.
it okay? Is it a scene
goes to
with
whoever-
Sorsha by any chance?
It basically it's tailing into it. It would have been in the middle of that. It's now essentially right when Sorsha comes out of the
Yep.
cave.
Okay. All right.
and who else
Bring them
is
in.
it?
So who else is in it?
Fellow scout and soul-connected visionary Avrak
Okay.
has managed to determine where they are and has been on their trail also.
Oh wow.
And they are a good
That wasn't
enough
the direction
scout.
I expected at all.
That tracks.
They're a good enough scout that they've been able to dodge Pollock, because Pollock's on a horse and covered in metal, so it makes a lot of like noise and commotion.
Okay.
So Avrak has successfully navigated past Pollock on the trail of them, simultaneously knowing the land, knowing the old nooks and crannies, and having your connection to Sorsha. You have essentially arrived scrambling through the rocks as she emerges from the cave, tearful. You've seen enough tracks.
Okay,
that
so when you
know-
said Avrak, you meant Icon.
I did mean Icon, I'm sorry.
Okay, good. I was really hoping you was
sorry.
Icon. I was so
Sorry.
surprised it was
I mean
me.
Icon.
It's like
kept
I have
saying
other
it
shit to
right.
do right
I
now.
mean it is Poisel.
Oh, okay.
There we
Okay.
go. This all
Okay.
makes sense, and I'm super here for it.
And you have, based on the tracks you followed, you know Sigurd is inside. So you've arrived. Sorsha is coming out of the cave emotionally.
I'm changing really quick.
Costume change.
Yeah. They
Sorry.
brought this on purpose.
Yes. Oh, here we go.
Oh.
Let's say okay. So I'm
Battle
gonna
Poisel.
request that it's not immediately at the entrance to the cave. That it's like a bit farther out.
Okay.
But it's still like there's the cave. And I'm just gonna say
Because
that this is.
Sigurd has brought me this way before as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sigurd or Unfelt?
Unfelt.
He.
Well,
The artist formerly known.
The artist formerly known as
So,
Sigurd.
yes, Sigurd's time that he spent with Icon has actually been
Always was
Unferth
Unferth.
this entire
Whole
time.
time.
Yeah. You get it.
As the
All right.
plot unfurls.
Okay. All right.
Hoodwatch
I feel
2K19.
underdressed now. I will say that I love this because you've fully utilized the mechanics of this game to do something you can't do in other games, and what the fact that Icon has passed Pollock and totally gone past that, and other games would have to be procedural. And unless you have an issue with it, we're just going to, for dramatic reasons, say it happened. And so as long as you're cool with that, as long as everyone at the table is cool with that, basically you accomplished a thing that would usually be procedural, but because it's dramatically interesting, we're just going to skip it because we don't need it.
Well, again, I give agency to you if Pollock catches up, but again, as Raider Scouts, that's what they do is dodge people.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
And where the trident is, it's been out. It's like almost a day away, or not a day. It's hours and hours, and
It's 8 hours.
yeah. But Icon can move without tire.
But you're not quite at the trident, right?
It's probably a little south of it, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you were
But they're
not
near the
as
beach.
far as you could have been because
The
the
horse.
horse.
Yeah.
the horse wore
So-
out early.
Yeah. Okay. Whew, all right. So Sorsha has wandered emotionally out of this cave.
As I do.
You.
Which you? Icon?
Icon.
What am I petitioning for?
The last you heard, this is me asking, I'm not telling. The last you heard was at least the doubt that had been cast on Sigurd and that maybe Sigurd
Yeah.
had done these things, correct?
I heard that. But I probably heard in the commotion of the town in the village, which would cause me to believe that Sigurd had run off with Sorsha.
I can confirm
Like
that
you probably
Avrock
would've
caused
Right.
commotion.
Yeah, because Fernface got no chill about this. Icon wants to know if Sigurd is... Icon wants Sigurd to confess if he's guilty or explain what the hell is going on. You want confession of whatever it is from Sigurd.
So submission.
The emotional validation of honesty.
Okay. I will also say that you are also feel free to play into
Rage.
rage, sure. But no, your fraught relationship with Sorsha is that you want friendship from her.
Yeah.
And your
So-
polls were flight and what?
Fight.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. Just checking.
What?
Just checking.
You got the...
What was today's theme again?
Rage.
Okay, cool.
I
Just
know.
setting all that.
They're putting on their punchy stuff, though, so I'm kind of worried.
Oh, I'm sure everything will be fine.
No.
All right. Okay. All right.
Not for you.
At the risk of giving us all, getting us emotionally verklempt, we are very close to break. Should we break and then do the scene, or do the scene and then break?
I think we should do the scene then break.
Okay.
Okay.
Now,
The stage is set.
you guys have 7 minutes. Let's go.
I can't promise that.
You can't brush us.
All right.
So, Icon moves up. Like you hear a slight rustle, and you see Icon emerge from like the bush. But Icon is not wearing their normal whisper robes. They have old scout armor on, and it seems that they've added they're very bad at crafting, but it's like a shoddily put together white leather whisper hood, like the hood that the voice wears almost. Not very well made, but it's added to their armor. Like to show that they are still like accepting their position as the whisper, but they are clad for some sort of violence.
Is Sorsha near a tree? Chat needs to know.
Oh, hell yeah. Near a tree.
Okay.
The one tree in the
She's
area.
crying against
Just
the
venting
tree.
to the tree, like, you understand me.
And the branches are hugging me.
So
But you had said you had gone to a cliff, so it's sort of
In my imagining, it was like the cave was on a kind of a cliff side.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
work with like kind of trees coming out of the cliff, or they kind of grow out. So
okay.
it's
So are you
kind
sort of out of the cave or above the cave or?
I am. Oh, that sounds fun. Above the cave.
Okay. So
From above.
So Sorsha is above this cave on this cliff overlooking. You can kind of see
Near
the
the trees.
ocean in the distance. There's trees, and you come upon her.
where is he? Sorsha, are you okay?
I don't understand anything. I've been lied to and manipulated. I'm so lost, Icon. I don't know what to believe. I don't know who to believe.
I don't know. I heard from Avrock that Sigurden he killed and had lied. And I need
I need to know the answers.
I need to know what happened to Pollock. Why did Pollock not win the challenge?
What about...
Why you and Avrock are so close? I didn't poison anyone.
I don't know what you're talking about, Sorsha. What about Sigurd? Sigurd is the one who's poisoned the horses. And Sigurd's the one who's killed. That's what I've heard.
Well, rest assured that it wasn't Sigurd.
What? That killed? That poisoned? What?
Sigurd's been gone. But if you want to face who did the killings,
then
you must tell me what. You must tell me what hand you had in Pollock's demise.
Pollock's not dead?
Well, he was demoted. She was demoted, okay?
The demise
And
of our
Pollock's
hopes.
demotion.
I didn't do a thing.
Really? Avrock, who you love so much. You've done everything. And Avrock, they're strong. They weren't ready to be chieftain.
I know that. Do you think I wanted Avrock to be chief? Do you think I wanted to be Whisper?
Yes.
No. No. I didn't want any of this.
Okay.
This is a surprise to me from the first day. We came back from a raid. Things were good. And then Gunther was dead. There was the new voice. And Kylea chose me? This is my position now. And then Avrock wouldn't talk to me. Avrock wouldn't acknowledge me. And then they became chief. I just want to know what's going on. Who have I been sharing myself with?
I don't understand who has anything else to gain from Avrock being chieftain aside from Avrock and you. Fine. Do you want to speak to Unferth?
Who?
Sigurd? Your Sigurd?
Why do you call them Unferth?
Unferth! And Sorsha just calls to Unferth and brings him out of the cave, possibly.
Does Unferth come out?
Unferth is waiting in the cave.
Okay, so Sorsha has called Unferth. Unferth starts to come out, and we go to commercial break. So we're gonna go on a 10-minute break. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we'll be back in 10 minutes.
Meredith!
No pants Sundays. They're my very favorite time to stream. That's why we have this low frame. Oh, we're back.
Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. Okay. That was fun. Okay, so we're starting new bingo cards first off.
Okay.
So where we left just 10 minutes ago was a cliffhanger on a cliff, so perfect.
Womp womp.
So let's see if we get back into that or if we go somewhere else. Dramatic cutaway. Our next caller is Alejandra.
Can I ask just one tiny thing? Because I really didn't look at the bingo card because I don't want to cheat. Did anybody get bingo? I don't know what even the options were.
Yeah, there were bingos.
Oh, okay, mazel. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll look later.
Yes, y'all got bingos, right? All the bingos?
I was one short. Someone is asked to keep a secret. I don't think really happened.
What was I
I
petitioning
mean,
for
it was
again?
heavily implied.
It was heavily implied, but it wasn't quite explicit. I don't know. So I'm right on the bubble of having bingo with B. Dave drinks coffee. Someone prays to a member of the trust. Puns, and someone smiles honestly. Thank you.
I feel like that counts as bingo. 'Cause
All right,
When you're like, I'm a murderer, so if you could just keep it to yourself.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. All right, then. Yeah, bingo. What up?
Mazel.
Somebody asked if flirting has happened and if that scene between us counted.
I don't
You
even.
can
I know
ship
how
it,
you
it
like your
counts.
tea.
Chip chips.
I don't know what them again.
Go chips.
He still
On them
swings the
chips.
hammer pretty hard. That's all I'm saying.
All right, okay, all right.
And with that, let's hop in.
Okay, getting back to it. So in that previous scene, so we ended that scene because the initial petition was between two characters, and that portion of the scene ended. So the scene ended, and the petition was for Icon to find the truth, or you could have played into your fraught relationship with Sorsha, which is to gain friendship.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you got either of those things?
No, I feel like she started accusing me of things, and I have so many questions. I don't even know if I gained the truth about. I'm so, Icon is so confused. Like, who is Sigurd? Who is Unferth? What is going on? Who killed who?
Is this the real life?
Is this real life? Is this just fantasy?
Yeah, caught on the cliffside.
No.
We can still make it a musical this time.
Escape from reality.
Yeah.
Open your eyes. Anyway, do you feel like you gave anything, or Sorsha gave anything to Icon emotionally?
Look up to the sky
The
and to see.
I don't think so. I think I was very like, this is what happened. And then, I don't think we were closer.
Give them a drama token. All right. And then tell us when, where, and with whom is our next scene, and what is happening, and why.
Man, I want to do a flashback, but I don't think it'll make sense right now. I'm trying to think.
I wish I had a thing.
Bring it up to the group. What
Maybe. What do you guys think? The flashback between what happened maybe the night before the challenge between Pollock and a scene between Pollock and somebody revealing possibly about like what happened and why Pollock did not win that challenge. Does that sound like a good flashback, or what do you guys think?
Is that how we want to do this?
I have a scene.
Okay.
If it were flashback, if you're.
Yeah, I mean, I think.
Well,
Icon
okay,
would be
so
illogical.
so you are calling this scene.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you would have to decide what happens, and so it sounds like the thing you want to happen isn't a scene you'd be calling necessarily.
Okay.
So what do you want to happen right now?
What? Okay. Well, then maybe the.
I mean, you have drama tokens, so you can call a scene with anybody, but it's you're calling this scene. So
But
it's
I don't
you.
have to be in it, right?
You don't have. If you have a drama token, you don't have to be in it. You would have to pay the drama token, but you would be the one calling the scene and making the decision as to what's happening in that scene. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Then maybe I'll call a scene, and I'm gonna kind of wheel back where before I called Unferth, but I actually want Icon to go into the cave and confront Unferth or discover Unferth.
Okay. So basically, you want this scene where it's you've just called Unferth. He maybe starts to walk out, but Icon basically preempts that and goes into the cave instead.
Yes.
Okay.
Are you
So,
still part of the scene?
No, I'm outside.
are you listening?
Of course.
Okay. All right.
Are you doing that like mundanishly or astrally?
What do I feel like doing? I'm like, I could probably hear it.
They are in a cave, so yeah.
They're in a cave. I'm just listening.
Okay. All right.
Sorry, bingo cards. I tried.
That's cheating.
I don't have the new bingo card, so it's not benefiting me. I'm benefiting the people.
Yeah. Give the people what they want.
Yeah, but let's benefit the story.
I just had to.
And that benefits the people too. Okay, so basically, this is a couple of moments ahead of the scene we just left. Icon has no patience, can't wait for Unferth to come out, charges into the cave, and sees the man he thought was Sigurd.
I am naked,
you're in it. Yeah.
and I'm sitting.
You're naked?
I'm naked, and there's a small fire in the center of the cave. There's a little exhaust hole for the smoke to go up out of, probably up near the cliff where you were. But yeah, Unferth is sitting cross-legged in front of this fire, and you can see that he has a bunch of eyes painted on his chest and arms, and one on his forehead. And there's a.
What are they painted on with?
It looks. They're just. There was stuff in this cave. There was some sort of chalky, like lime stuff.
Okay.
Which people use for doing like petroglyphs and stuff and things like that. And I've got it painted on myself right there. And there is a
It's a whole other type of show.
yeah. And
No,
then,
this is HBO.
No,
this is HBO.
It's this show. It was always this show.
You gotta, I gotta have my little bit of full frontal male nudity here.
That's
Oh,
right.
we weren't having strategically placed fire? Like, because you have fire right there.
This is HBO.
I was also imagining strategically placed fire, but sure.
If
I
you
like
want, if you
strategically
want the
placed fire, and then
It's still.
he just stands up,
Yeah.
and so they're just completely...
It's still.
Yeah.
Give me a very tall fire. You know what, guys? Whatever you feel comfortable imagining at home,
There it is.
you set your camera however you
Theater
want.
of your
He's
mind.
wearing the vestments of ash with the fire.
But there is also, I also have in front of me it's a knife. It's actually one of your knives, and it's a knife that's used for omens and for like ritual slaughter of animals. Oh. And I have that just in front of me. I'm just sitting there.
Okay, all right. So
Who's the petitioner?
Fuck. I think it would be Icon, and Icon wants. I think they want. Let's see, the truth, or yeah, I think they want to know WTF.
A fucking
WTF.
apology.
Still justice.
Yeah.
Honesty. There's honesty and emotion.
It's a virtue.
it's him. He would have to be opening up, I guess. So like Icon might
Contrition.
Well,
Contrition is
that's
different.
yeah, contrition is
Because that's
different.
emotional, whereas honesty isn't.
So
Wanting
I mean,
you to
but
be
that
fucking
works.
sorry.
You could want him to like open up to you, or yeah.
Forgive God. Gag, 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 gag,
Yeah, just, I don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm glad it's you. I'm glad that you came alone. This is something that only you can do.
Sigurd? Unferth?
Yeah, I overheard you you talking to Sorsha. I wanted to tell you myself. But I mean,
Tell me what? What is going on?
I'm not Sigurd. In a way, I don't think you've ever really known Sigurd. You've only known me.
What are you telling me?
I was jealous of what Sigurd had. And so I killed him. But I mean, everything else was true. Everything, all the time we shared, our friendship, our love, that's all real. That was from me. That was genuine. And
How could it be genuine? I don't even know you.
You do know me. I think you and Sorsha are probably some of the only people who really did. But it's over. It's over now, and there has to be a way that this can help you and help other people. I'm not going to go back. I'm not going to go back and face their justice. You have to do it.
You must.
No, I'm not going to give them that pleasure. The only way I'm leaving this cave is dead, and it has to be you.
You can't ask me to do this. This is not fair.
I mean, a lot's not fair. It wasn't fair that my cousin was born into privilege.
What? You... So you what? You killed him? You killed the horses? You killed the voice?
I mean, I did have some help.
Who?
Kalia hasn't told you everything.
You must come back with me. They must know the truth.
I mean, you can just kill me and the truth is what you decide. And you'll be a hero.
I don't want to be a hero.
But I do. I want you to be a hero. I mean, the decisions you've made have not been wrong. You just did the best with the information that you had. And this can still be a happy ending for all of you. I mean, Averick will still be chief. You'll still be the Whisper.
What did Kylia do? What is her place in this?
She claims to serve Moror, but she is not the voice of Morora. She is a follower of the ancient ways, those of Baelor, the evil eye, who sees all.
Lycon turns their back and looks out of the cave, out at the setting sun. So you won't come back?
I don't think I can. I mean, my pride is the only thing I have left. I mean, as it is, I know my name is going to be reviled by all of those who speak it for generations. And the least I can do is to deny my enemies the pleasure of seeing me.
I understand. Lycon turns back around, tears in their eyes. And they walk across to you. Unferth. You shall be known as the truth speaker. And may Ash carry you to the Skyland. May you find some rest. And you'll stab Unferth. Just to hold him close.
Yeah. Unferth puts his hands first on the knife as it slides under his sternum. And then, yeah, I go in for an embrace. Thank you. This is the first real thing that ever happened to me.
And I hold him while he dies. And I sit with his body. And prepare it. And then I build up the fire. And I will burn him in the cave before leaving.
Can Sorsha enter?
Yeah.
Sorsha enters. What have you done?
I didn't mean to deny you.
Oh, I thought he was going to call.
I did what he asked.
And Sorsha backhands Icon in the face. You killed Unferth.
He would not come back.
He was the only way we would know what would happen. How convenient. You killed the one person who knows what's going on to secure your place. Why do you take everyone away from me? He would have run off with me. No, you have to have everything that I have.
I'm sorry, Sorsha.
Sorsha picks up the knife.
You heard. You know that there is something else happening here. And now, more than ever, I need your help.
Everything that has happened, that has wrongly happened, has only started since you've been around.
Since Unferth was around.
I don't understand.
Kylea sent Unferth here. Kylea has been manipulating us. I think Kylea helped kill the old voice. And they were not going to believe him. If we took him back, then it gives her an easier way to deny it. But if we return, and we know, then we can find it. We can find the truth. Sorsha.
And then what? And then you'll be the whisper, you'll be the one everyone respects, and I still have nothing?
No. You will.
I could have left with Unferth. We could have started a new life.
Is that
And
what
I'm
you
too
wanted?
stupid. I'm tired of being nothing and you keep taking everything away.
You.
Shut up! And she stabs Icon in the side. I've been wrong. I have been wrong. I haven't been listening to the voices. I welcome Baylor. I welcome Baylor back to this earth. And she carves a sign of the eye into her forehead.
Blackout.
That escalated.
That escalated quickly.
I was like, all right, rage.
Or just see
Yeah.
Unfred go into the next world like,
The greatest trick the devil ever performed
I can't
is
even with
convincing
this.
the world he didn't exist.
Okay, I'm gonna say that both Alcuin and Poisel get drama tokens because you can still call scenes even though your character's dead.
Okay.
And you'll need a drama token to do it.
Would I give them from my do I give them my drama tokens?
You should give one to Poisel. Yes.
You gave them a knife, so you might as well give them a drama token
Yeah.
too.
I also want to reiterate
With their own knife.
you're okay. Whew, that was a side stab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Icon's not dead. Icon's just.
P.S. Pollock is
and
nearby.
I don't think Sorcerer is actually like a warrior, so you don't.
Yeah, fighting is not is a weakness, so I wasn't.
And I'm wearing
fighting.
Some armor.
Yeah, we established the armor.
Yeah, you've got armor, so you basically just got slapped in the side.
Ironically, you need a healer.
Yeah.
you know a good one.
right.
But I would say Sorcerer was making every attempt at killing them, though. Like, you weren't attempting just to wound, you were attempting to kill. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah. All right. So Poisel,
Womp womp.
you've got the next scene.
Yeah.
Where do we go from there?
This is like Hillfolk meets Fiasco. Holy
30,
crap.
30 style boxing.
I got tired.
I think I want to answer some other questions and go into a flashback
Okay.
with Icon with myself.
Okay.
And
So Icon and Poisel are there.
yeah, yes.
Whistle's always with us.
And this is right after I become Whisper.
Okay.
Um,
Who is in the scene with you?
an NPC. Yeah,
Okay.
Hildgar.
Okay. Hildgar.
Hildgar is
Hildgar, the current chief.
the current chief
In the flashback.
in the flashback.
Because this is so. To catch those of at home, so Icon became Whisper during the last solstice celebration, which is a 7-day celebration, 1 day for each god. The new Whisper is declared on the first day, and the chief challenge is declared on the 7th day. During the last solstice, on the 7th day, Pollock challenged the chief with their bow that they had made. The chief was not able to pull the bow. Pollock pulled the bow but could not hit the target. And then Avrok came up and was all like, I'm going to hit the target. And they did and became chief. So this is right after you've become Whisper.
This is like day 3 or 4.
So this is day 3 or 4 of the solstice. So Hildgar is still the chief. They were the previous chief 2.5 months ago at this point. Are they the only people in the scene?
Yes, but I'd leave it open for others.
Okay, and describe Hildgar for me.
Hildgar is an older woman.
Okay.
Very strong. Long braided hair. Very strong shoulders. Very dark complexion.
Okay.
Battle scars. Lots of tattoos.
Okay. Do they have any kind of dialect? Or what do they sound like?
Your choice.
Okay.
We haven't gotten German yet. Somebody go ahead and put that out there.
All right, that's fine. We'll do that one then. Okay. It's an eclectic group of villagers.
We travel a lot.
I'm from
We get
Zhejiang.
around. Have you not noticed?
Okay.
And I would say I am petitioning in this scene.
Okay, so you're the
Well, I
petitioner.
mean, Hildgar has a petition, but I have my own emotional needs in the scene too.
Okay, so what is going on in the scene? Where are we?
Hildgar is coming to ask Icon to help make them something. A medicinal salve, they say,
Okay.
for their own aches and pains.
And this is at the Icon's the Whisper Hut. The Whisper Hut. Okay. So the Whisper Hut that Icon has been basically staying in now for like 2 days. But we'll say that Kailea or the voice is still sort of staying there because they haven't moved to the north yet.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like you got a guest pad.
Yeah.
But okay, great. So Hildgar is coming to ask for a salve. Okay.
This is so new.
Whisper?
Yeah, and enter. Hi. Hello. Hi.
Let's lead to the house.
Chief.
It's okay. It's okay. I come for a favor.
Oh yeah, sure. I guess that's my position. Yeah. What can I do for you, Chief?
I require a salve. It's as you know, the challenge is happening on at the end of the week, and I know Pollock is coming up, and I'm ready for the mantle to change, and she's going to be a good chief. She's going to be a good leader, I think, and I just want to make sure she's relaxed. Yes. She gets so tense when the official sings, and so I would love a muscle relaxer of some sort for her for the night before, of course. You know.
Yeah.
Could you help me with this?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you. I would usually go to Kyle. Sorry, the voice for this, but you know, it is your job now, eh?
It is. Yeah. Yeah, she was just telling me about some of the herbs and things. I'm not used to herbs and things yet.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, it's very so.
Yeah, how has this been? It's a bit weird, huh?
Yeah.
I didn't.
I was. Yeah. Yeah. It was very.
Did you know this was coming? I mean, you must have. I guess you have the site, yeah.
The site doesn't show everything.
But you're so good with the weather. This makes sense. I should have seen it. You always know. It's always there's no sun, there's no clouds or whatever, and you say it's going to rain, and it does. So I guess.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yeah, no. Sometimes things are unexpected.
Yeah, you'll do fine. You'll do fine. You know, we all have new things coming, and I wonder if how long it might take to make, and also maybe we don't have to talk about it to other people. I think it would be bad if people knew that she was nervous before.
Oh yeah, no, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine challenging for a position. That's. I guess she would be in. No, yeah, no. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just, I don't know about these things, but I've heard that, for instance, I mean, have you learned about all the herbs and stuff? Are you good for some?
Oh, a little bit. I know, like there's the bark of the myrbarch tree. It's good for like headaches and things.
Yeah, and then you also know, of course, that clamthorn, for instance, is a great for muscle relaxers. It's very, among other things. You would know that, of course, already because you're.
Oh yeah,
you're doing a great job.
Yeah, I would know that when. Yeah.
So,
I must. Yes, I know that. Of course, clamthorn is great. For muscle.
That's and I know very little. That's probably the only thing I know. It's because it's the salve I ask for the most. I don't know what half of these are.
Yeah. Do you remember what the other? I can't quite remember what's the other ingredient in that.
Oh yeah, I mean, and it's and I feel the one I like has some clamthorn, a little just prepared. Of course, it has to be slightly cooked first, otherwise it could be very dangerous.
Oh yeah.
You just want it slightly relaxing. Yeah, of course, yes. And then, I would just slightly cooked, and it's not dangerous, and you have got lavender, and of course, and I feel like there's some sort of
the emulsified fat maybe.
Oh yeah, see, you know the things. You're very much better at this. I'm all fighting, raiding, and I don't know.
Yeah, that's where my brain still is out there in the field. With,
can you?
With
so
Avrock
you can make this for me?
Yeah.
And we can. We just keep this between us then.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. We don't want people spreading rumors that
Right, we don't
that
want-
Pollock is
we-
nervous.
Obviously, it wouldn't be good if the village knows people aren't entirely comfortable with their positions yet.
Oh yeah,
That it's a
yes, that would be
because there's
quite-
always a learning curve, of course. But just to
we don't want people knowing that
Yes.
that anybody's nervous.
exactly,
anybody-
exactly.
Is
We
nervous.
just
yeah.
it's better that they think that we all know what we're doing in every case.
Of course, we are all very competent.
Yes.
So I will get right on that, and I'll have that for you in just a little bit.
That's great. Maybe I'll get it, after the sunrise tomorrow or something,
Oh,
when
yeah.
the festivities re-begin. Yeah. Okay. This is good luck.
Thank you, and your support means a lot to me.
Yeah. Well, it soon will be Pollock's support you need, not mine. So,
Well, I think you'll do well.
I think she will. Yes. Okay. So, I will go and I will let the voice know you're doing a great job.
Yeah. Thank you.
And then she does the little clasp thing. It's a little tight. It's a little. She kind of makes direct eye contact. Like, yeah, this will be good.
Yeah.
Be good. And then she leaves. Scene. All right, cool. So, were you the petitioner in that one? Did you say? you were the petitioner?
Both. I wanted reassurance and support because I'm very nervous and validation.
Do you feel like you got it?
A little bit.
Okay. All right. Cool.
A little threatened, but
She was
also
so willing to give you that.
Yeah, she was very willing to give me validation.
What a wonderful chief.
Can't imagine why.
Yeah. It was, yeah.
Great. It was
I
great.
feel like we
Everything's
both
great.
got what we wanted. That was great.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give
Not
yourself
suspicious
drama
at all.
token.
Nothing suspicious.
No, it was not a suspicious scene at all.
You guys, those bennies and tokens, spend them, man. In
Yeah.
45 minutes, they will be worthless.
Well, I mean,
They'll live on in my heart.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
Much in the way unfulfilled not.
So,
We'll have to make room for the dagger.
Alquin, you ready to
Oh, okay.
call the next scene?
Yeah. I think I am going to call the scene where Icon and Sigurd first met. On it would be on a raid. I guess when would it be? It would be.
Flashback City.
Would that be about 2.5 months ago? It would be before
6
you were.
months ago.
6 months ago. Okay.
It was 6.5 months ago.
Because I was
now at this
still
point,
still a raider.
Okay.
But before the horses died?
No. He became a raider after the horses died.
Yeah.
Raiders from the Lost character arc.
Yeah. So you've heard a lot of bad things about me, and people are suspicious that these horses have that my horses have died or whatever.
Yeah.
But you know that you've caught me looking at you on this on this trip.
Okay.
Are you petitioning?
Yeah, I guess I'm petitioning,
Okay.
and I think I'm looking to flirt here. I'm flirt squad. I'm trying to.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm attracted to them, and I'm trying to make a friend.
Okay. Is there a reason at this point that you think your character would say no to this flirting?
No, not at this point. This is.
There's
Oh,
technically
yeah.
a no contest scene.
Yeah.
Sorry, fam. You don't get the flirt squad.
It's implied.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to
Hashtag
think
headcanon.
what other. I mean, I'm taking suggestions from other people as to what.
You also don't have to be in the scene.
Yeah, but I mean, I kind of feel like I want to be.
Oh, okay, all right.
Because I'm dead in a lot of the future ones.
If I could make a request, I don't know if you can do it within the confines. I would like more insight into what really happened to Gunther, because Sigurd is the only one that knows.
Yeah.
Okay, that's an excellent idea then. Okay.
Flashback to Sigurd and
Because we
Gunther.
saw Sigurd in the flashback get taken in by the voice people. So I guess anything before or after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw that Sigurd had stabbed Gunther, but that there was also signs of hemorrhagic poison.
Yeah.
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 Both
so
were present.
So Gunther being the previous voice that we discovered last week was murdered.
We actually did not see Sigurd stab him. We saw that he had been stabbed, and we saw Sigurd had a knife,
Yeah.
but are
Yeah.
not
Yep.
necessarily the same thing.
And Sigurd was
Yeah.
walking away.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And ditched the weapon.
So let's have it be a scene with is it Kylea,
Okay.
the
Voice.
voice in the north? It's Kylea with Sigurd and Unferth.
Okay. So you're okay.
Yeah.
So you were Sigurd and Unferth.
No, I think you should play Sigurd.
So I'm Sigurd and Kylea.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're gonna be Sigurd and Kylea. Yeah.
Okay. So when is this?
This is it could be a few years ago.
Okay.
It's before Gunther has been assassinated.
Okay. You mean yeah. And before obviously Sigurd has been.
Yeah. So yeah, this is a scene where basically Sigurd and Kylea have finished having some sort of discussion,
Okay.
and Sigurd is leaving, and Unferth is arriving.
Okay. Who's the petitioner?
The petitioner is Unferth, and his petition is that he wants Kylea's help in basically usurping whatchamacallit. Well, actually, no, because it has to be something that she can't give me.
No, it could be something because you don't know whether.
And I am going to say at this point that if you guys want to play a Benny to add a character that isn't you to a scene, I'll allow it. Or a drama token. F it.
Yeah.
We've only got 40 minutes.
Smoke,
Yeah.
you got him, yeah.
So let's get into it.
Okay, so yeah, I run into Sigurd leaving.
And what have they just been fighting about?
It's not. It's something. Whatchamacallit. Kylea wanted Sigurd to do something, and Sigurd was unwilling.
Okay, cool. So you've run into Sigurd as
Yeah.
they're leaving, like, I'm sorry, we had a
Yeah.
table or?
Yeah, it's probably at like in a small hut up in the Northlands or something like that. That's part of the city.
Okay.
Maybe it's her hut.
Okay.
Because she's still Whisper at this
No,
point.
she lives in the Southlands, but she.
Okay.
So if
But she's up here and it's unusual.
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe she came up when they took their rightful share of that year's reveille. When they sent the food to the north, she rode up with it.
Okay.
Maybe to visit
Yeah.
the voice.
Yeah.
Ostensibly to visit the voice.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's some sort of, occasional thing where she goes up to the north to meet people and learn things.
Oh, and Sigurd is a complete asshole to me, just so you know.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah. As a character note.
Okay. All right, so you see Sigurd coming out.
Oh, Sigurd. Hi.
Cousin, I thought I smelled you coming.
How are things? I've heard that you're gonna be taking down a bunch of horses next year to Hearth.
Oh.
Isn't that where you're
Yes.
from, right?
Originally, yes. I've become the new horse master. I'm so excited.
I mean, you're probably excited to see all your friends again. Like you.
I'm excited for them to see me, honestly, and just to see how well I've done, how much I've become. But yes, there is someone in particular I am excited about seeing.
I mean,
Seen her in a long time.
I know it's not really something you could do, but I mean, if you could put in a good word, I'd love to help.
What?
I'd like to go along with you. Like,
What would that word be? I know someone who's not good at anything. I mean, what do you want me to say?
You know I'm good with the horses. You know, and I especially like I've never had our family has never had money for horses
Can I
like
give
your
you
branch
some
of the family.
advice? You're always asking for things.
Yeah.
I just take what you want. I can't give you success. You have to do it yourself. I mean, you're always. What do you do? What do you?
I'm sorry. I know. I must have.
Being good at something does not give you the right to, be successful. You have to go and do it. I can't do that for you.
I mean, is that how you got all of this? Didn't you get this from From your father?
I mean, I got a small loan from my father, but I built everything up myself.
Thank you guys. The game's over.
He's not laughing. I'm laughing.
I've been called here by Kylea, and I don't want to keep her or keep you, but
Some advice. Don't.
Would you please consider it? I mean, I can do the parts that you don't want to do, like mucking out the stables and.
You're very good at doing what I don't want to do, which is failing. Or if you'd like to continue doing that, that's fine. I would, if I were you, I'd suggest trying something new.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take your advice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, so then I move in to see.
Yes.
And so you just see the shadow on the wall. Yep.
He very much seems like the aggressive nuggy dude, you know, the like.
Yeah.
OG Sigurd is a biff.
All right, so now you enter in the.
Yeah. I mean,
All right.
do you want the scene to continue in there, or do we want to leave it kind of ambiguous at that point? Do you want to?
That's up to you. Did we accomplish what you were looking to accomplish with this scene?
Because we also want to get the voice bit, didn't we?
Yeah. So I should probably
If
continue, right?
you
Yeah.
can.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So yeah.
So as you enter, what is the voice doing?
Whisper at that point.
Oh yeah, sorry. As you enter,
whisper,
what is
yeah.
the whisper doing? What's Kylea doing?
She has an ancient, some sort of ancient bowl on her table. And it's a really odd bowl. It's made of bronze, so it's very, very heavy. Mm-hmm. But it's been actually cast instead of beaten out, so it's actually this thick, heavy ritual bowl. The edge of the bowl look like teeth.
Okay.
So the whole thing almost, and the texture on the inside of the bowl almost looks like the roof of someone's mouth. Mm-hmm. But there is a bunch of offerings and stuff that are inside this bowl, including a piece of jasper agate that has been carved into the shape of an open eye.
Okay.
So.
All right. Cool. So you walk in. So there's charcoal on the bottom, and there's smoke coming up, and it fills like the whole room is smoky with incense, and you smell it as you enter, and it's there's something familiar to it, but it's very different than what you usually smell at your rituals. It's much muskier, has a much older feel to it. She's sort of chanting in a language that in the back of your mind sounds familiar, but you can't recognize it. You don't know what it is she's saying, and she's sprinkling more things, and there's like a spark, and more smoke is coming up as she's saying words. And as you enter, she Unferth.
Yes. Whisper? Is that your title?
Yes. Come enter. And her back is to you as you enter. Mm-hmm. And she's come. And she like finishes her thing and then wipes off her hand and has a little, and then touches where her third eye would be, and then opens, and then turns to you. Oh, Unferth. There's so much pain you feel.
How do you know?
Come here.
Okay, I'm kind of... It's awkward, but I do it.
You can make this pain go away.
I can?
Yes.
I thought...
You just find the source of your pain and remove it from your life. You have to let go of what brings you pain. I have something for you, Unferth. When you are alone at night and resentful and thinking of all the things that you don't have, take this And she pulls out a vial and hands it to you. This will give you the courage to take what you want.
Okay, I reach out and take it reverently and look at it.
The time will come to use this. And when you do, when you have taken what you wanted and removed the source of your pain, come find me.
Sure, I didn't even know you knew who I was. This is incredible. Thank you so much. This could change everything.
Unferth, you are seen. The all-seeing eye sees everyone. And you are special. Boop.
This is an evil snoot move.
An evil snoot move. Yeah.
And black eye.
All right. Excellent.
Yes.
I'm gonna let us finish this up. I want to see if I can spend a drama token to not do a scene, but to make a change to a previous scene. That's not gonna change the scene, but add if
Add
this
a
were
detail.
a movie. If this were a movie, it flashback to the flashback.
Yeah.
Yo, dog, yo.
Okay.
Rashomon sequence it a bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because when Sorsha astrally projected, 'cause she knew Sigurd as well, to the death of Gunther. Behind Gunther, in the shadows, in a pile of trash, is also the body of Sigurd that she didn't see.
The only issue with that is it doesn't line up with the timeline that was set. So are you saying that
Depends on how decayed it is.
Yeah. Is it decayed, or are you saying that Unferth lied?
That maybe that Unferth lied.
About killing
Sigurd.
About
Because he could. I think he killed Sigurd, and Gunther happened to show up, and he killed Gunther at the same time.
Okay, so that's adding way too much exposition for one drama token.
Yeah.
That technically, so you'd have to play. Basically, you'd have to. Do you have a
I
Benny?
don't have a Benny.
Yeah, you can't really do that.
can I give a Benny to?
I was about
Yeah.
to say, it feels dramatically appropriate.
Yeah.
That's-
Okay, so then a Benny is
I'll give
is
Poison the
played,
Benny. Yeah.
and basically a flashback scene happens where we see the flashback of
There's no conflict in it. It's just it's just
Detail.
establishing the timeline of when Sigurd died.
So we re-see the flashback of Sorsha seeing the dead Gunther and following whom she thought was Sigurd, and then the camera pans over to where the actual Sigurd is lying, and the camera ends on his wrist where the birthmark is.
Yeah.
Nice. Yes.
How has he been killed? Stabbed or what? Okay, cool. Great.
Go.
Sam, where are we? When are we? Who's in it? What's going on? What's going on?
I know, right?
Wait. Did you feel you got what you wanted?
Oh, hell yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Give yourself a drama token.
Wait, do you get the token?
No,
you're
I
getting or
spend
not?
it. I got what I wanted, so
I know, but in the first, you had two scenes basically,
Yeah.
because I'm gonna take a drama token, and then you also get a drama token as well.
Okay.
By definition, don't you have all the drama tokens?
Technically, I'm supposed to play with this like currency as y'all, but yes. By definition, I control you. No, I don't. You guys do whatever you want.
It's hailing drama.
I think we need to set up that village meeting now. I think
All right.
it's time.
So you're
for
calling
all
what
that
is
to happen. Yeah.
So you're calling a conference scene, which is a scene in which everyone is there, unless they're
except Unferth, who is dead.
yes.
Am I there?
Yeah, Icon and Sorsha are away, so are they?
Sorsha could
have
be
they
back.
made it back?
Well, this could be later.
So
But we could also say that Pollock found you.
right,
Like, you can,
that's sort of
Sure.
where I'm like. I would see, assuming both of you are down, that Icon is recovering and Sorsha is in custody. Because you have the like, you know.
I think I think Sorsha left after stabbing Icon and got back to the village, and then Pollock found Icon separately.
Because Fernvey would have a very specific reaction the first time he saw Sorsha, also.
So basically,
So I think this is happening, and then we can bring, like, Pollock brings them in. Like, my primary thought behind you being brought back into custody is that, like, Sorsha probably won't return on her own, and this is a good way to keep you in the story.
how about we do a conference scene with everybody there. It's been revealed, like Pollock has found Icon and has brought them back. And this is the very beginning of Pollock all that has happened is that Pollock has brought back Icon, who is wounded, and has said, and the body of Sigurd was there, naked and stabbed and covered in eyes.
Mostly burned.
Mostly burnt. Okay.
Yeah.
But somewhat burnt.
Maybe the ashes is what brought Pollock to that.
So
Yeah, big
So and Sorsha wasn't there, so it looks a bit like you did a weird ritual murder to Baelor, just from. It looks a bit fishy, and so it's beginning to that, and then Sorsha will enter
God damn.
at one point in the scene.
Okay, sure. Well, now Avroc's never going to get caught up.
I'm
Which
sorry.
means I cannot move things forward.
But Sorsha will enter the scene.
Okay, cool.
Does that work for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
So I'm bound up.
Yeah. Are you? But you. I mean, you can be like conscious and stuff.
No,
Yeah.
but,
Okay.
But I'm currently being.
Would you have told Pollock? Would you have explained everything?
I would have said that Sigurd would not come back, and Sigurd died there in the cave.
Because you stabbed him.
Because Sigurd
He had lead poisoning.
Sigurd tried to stab me.
So you're not revealing that it was on first.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay. So we are in Hearth. We are at the Hearth. A meeting has been called of all of the village. The torches are lit. And you are at the front altar. And basically, so are you like on a stretcher? Or are you just like limping?
No, I'm just doing it. I have enough knowledge of herbs to maybe I patch myself up, like knowing is my strength.
Fernve probably did.
Yeah, I mean, Fernvase here. The voice is also still there.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know if I'm in custody, but I'm.
If
being
you
watched.
said that you stabbed Sigurd,
Yeah.
then you're in custody.
in self-defense, though.
Yeah.
Well,
So it's now
remember-
become a public trial,
Remember
basically.
also, Pollock was operating from a place of not trusting any of us, so I can see Pollock was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were in Pollock's custody, but we don't necessarily trust Pollock.
So Pollock has basically bound their wrists. They've come up. It's you and the voice are being sort of presented with this, and you are there as well. It's now become like a public trial.
Yep.
So Pollock throws them onto the ground in front
Can I
of.
play periodic hecklers in the crowd?
Yes, of course. Periodic hecklers played by Alcuin. So Pollock throws Icon on the ground in front of the three of y'all who are standing behind the altar now. You are there as well. And says, Sigurd is dead. They killed them. His body was burnt. Had weird markings on. From what I could see, it was hard to tell. It was mostly all gone. I'll let this one speak for themselves, but there's all just something weird about all of this.
The moment that I see that they're injured, I don't say anything, but I come around and I start tending the wound. But I look at the wound and I push my sleeve up, and there's multiple cuts on Fernve's arm at various stages of healing where I've been testing different remedies.
Oh!
And I sort of look at the wound, I'm like, and pull like a jar out and start like,
Oh shit! Who's the petitioner?
sorry. Oh.
Oh, fucking hell, I don't know anymore. This is the wrap-up scene. God damn it.
Evrak needs a lot of answers, so I think it's
Yeah,
you.
Answers aren't an emotional thing, though. We've been playing for a lot of that, but,
Or because it's a conference scene, everyone can petition for something.
yeah. This is a scene that by story needs to happen.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So
We'll figure out what that means at the end.
Sigurd is dead. Icon, explain this.
Sigurd's been dead a long time, haven't they?
I see.
There must be a fever on them. They're not making any sense.
No. Tonight, the truth will come out. In the light roar. Won't it?
Portal is still open. The eye sees all.
Not the eye. I see you.
Do you? What do you see, Icon?
See someone.
Mm-hmm.
Counseled. Unfirth. To betray us. To pretend to be Sigurd. To kill Sigurd.
Is that what you see? Or is that what you want to see, Icon?
This is what I see. He told me.
Is that seeing? Think, Icon. Look inside yourself. Stop looking to others for truth when you have it in you. Use your gifts.
I'm looking at Avrock.
Tell us true. What happened?
There was never a Sigurd here. It was Unferth, his cousin. He came down and he lied to us. He killed the horses. He killed Gunthar. And he was counseled by a heretic.
Who?
Are you looking in or are you looking out?
Silence! They're talking. Who? Icon.
Those who follow Baelor.
There's only one here who follows Baelor. Then she looks to the back, where Sorsha has entered.
And this time, Sorsha is in a very heightened state. She has seen all. She has sacrificed herself, given herself to Baelor, and in turn has received the gifts of sight and has seen everything that has occurred. So Sorsha approaches. Yes, Kyle. Baelor has shown me. He has shown me things. And Sorsha places her hand on Icon's head.
No.
So that he can also have the vision.
He would pull away. They would pull away.
I'm right there. Actually, I draw my knife and I unbind Icon's hands and I say, "Who has marked you with this blasphemous rune, my child? Who's done this to you?"
Father, I see things. Baelor is not good or bad. He just shows us. And I've seen Kyle poison Gunthar. Poisoned Gunthar, and then tricked Unferth, gave him the knife so that he would look guilty when it was Kyle who wanted to be the voice, sooner than she should have been.
Your God has lied to you. You heretic, and you lie in front of all of these people. Why?
Icon, let me show you my vision.
No.
I was wrong.
Icon, don't give in.
Icon.
Don't give in to this blasphemy. She's not smiling. I'm smiling.
You know the truth, and I have seen things. I have seen, I know now that Sigrid did love me. And I was wrong. Let me show you.
Fanvey, you warned that your daughter had strayed. I did not know it was so far.
Icon reaches in and like holds onto the old bit of horn, and their eyes roll back in their head and go like cloudy,
Nice.
like a storm, and the winds start to pick up.
Yes. Yes, embrace it. Embrace it, Icon.
Let Maror strike down the heretics. Bring truth to the night. When this storm passes, let us see what is true. Show me what is true. And I'm gonna say,
What do you see?
The storm starts picking up above us, like it clouds over the portal, and like thunder and lightning start.
Okay.
The crowd is freaking out at this point. It's very, you're actually probably a little worried that they're gonna start rioting or do something.
And I will say what normally would happen when a storm happens is the torches may blow out, but the opposite has happened. The torches are growing stronger. The fire is growing stronger.
And I think small, like, little tiny streaks of lightning are coming down, but not, like, all the way down to the ground. It's, like, arcing above people. And Icon starts, like, seizing almost. Not bad, but, like, in a state. So,
Does anybody go to him? Or
Actually, I'm actually right there where all of this is happening, and I'm basically witnessing the second deification, and I walk right past him to Sorsha. And I say, look, in the light of the fires of ash, look, please, my child, there's still time. The eye is closed. Come back, let me help you.
Father, I'm already dead. I've seen this. This is how it should be.
No.
Icon is the new god, and Kyle must suffer.
Sorry, I just realized that when Unferth died, you would have astrally projected.
That's true.
yeah.
Yeah, so that happened. Bingo.
It's been a lot.
Oh,
But
but
did
my
she
body was
actually
nearby.
know Unferth? But did she ever know?
Well, my body was nearby, though.
Yeah,
Right.
So it could be like,
Yeah.
pop, pop, pop.
Yeah, and so, sorry. The truth will out.
Yes, we'll have none of the word of heretics. The gods have to speak in the way they've always spoken. And I grab a weapon and I throw it down in front of Kylea and I draw my maul.
What is this?
The
What
challenge
means
of
this?
the gods. If you're righteous, then the gods will out. Will they not? Against an undeserving chief?
Frog.
Avrock, I never
Accept the challenge, or you will have no authority among the people of the hearth. Accept the challenge,
I
or you
do
deny
not
the
accept
gods.
your challenge. This is not what is meant to be. If it means I must step down, that is fine, but we shall hear the vision of the gods and not distract it with this battle. You are quick-tempered. You are short-sighted. You are young and you are wrong.
I strike the back of her knees with my maul.
Okay, now it's procedural, sorry.
And what does Pollock do? Pollock is there.
Pollock is super there.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you're basically at this point fighting two people.
Okay.
Ba-doop. Okay.
Fernvay is surprisingly not helpful. Like it's all finally
You're
here.
taking care of the heresy.
I'm like, well, but wait.
And I'm also, in a different way,
I'm
taking
like,
care of the
no,
heresy.
It's all happening. Taking care of heresy.
Heresy
All right.
everywhere.
So, but you're attacking with your maul,
Yes.
yeah? Okay.
Which
so
is
roll.
my special thingy.
So roll 3 dice and
Yep.
take the best 2. So
Yep.
and
Also, there's no gentle way to swing a maul at knees, by the way.
Oh, I'm aware. Did I stutter?
So you've got Pollock basically working to jump in front of you, and then
Oh, Paul, you don't need to be
Kyle
like this.
gouging.
And then there's I'm strong in fighting, so that's also a +1 bonus.
Right, that's why you're rolling 3 and taking the 2 best.
That was for the Benny. That was a separate thing. But
Oh, I didn't know you were playing a Benny.
Oh, I didn't know either.
well,
Are you-
I was going to because that's how you get the 3d6 drop low, and then the how we do it you had said is a bonus.
Oh, it's
So
plus
I would
one.
have
Yes,
a
yes,
+2 bonus on the roll, and if I want 3d6 drop low, I would have to spend the Benny,
Yes.
much like I'm doing.
Yeah.
So you were spending the Benny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not that I've been saving this because I knew it would eventually pop off or anything.
Right, hold on. What am I? This one.
Fascinating.
Fascinating.
It's strong.
6. What you got?
You first.
Well, I've got 2 of them. So I've got a 7 and a 6.
I have a 9.
Okay, so you succeeded a cost, which basically
Yeah.
makes you prone, and then
Huh?
because you succeeded a cost, and because it's in battle, they become like their cost is that they're prone. So
Well, what all happens that
Yeah.
winds up that way?
Yeah.
Because I beat both of them.
But they end up falling flat.
no, you succeeded what you're doing, and then they also succeeded, just not as well.
Okay.
So
well, one of
it's-
them failed.
Yeah.
yes.
You mean she's prone, not Everick.
No, everyone ends up succeeding at a cost except for one person who just fails.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. But you said prone. Okay, sorry. I'll
Yeah.
let
Yeah.
you
We'll
figure it
describe
out.
it.
We'll figure it
Yeah.
Okay, so basically the whole thing that is so Pollock has failed. The voice has succeeded, and you have succeeded, but you succeeded more than the voice. So basically, Pollock failed to block, and the voice. Yeah, so
Every time.
what I will say is that the voice successfully dodged. They were hit, but they dodged in such a way that you're now fighting Pollock. However, Pollock loses, and so you get to describe that battle. Does that make sense?
I also have a suggestion for
Yeah.
Pollock's failure.
Yes.
Fernvay just steps behind them and puts the knife to Pollock's throat and says, "Stand down."
So so then
Do it
That was just their failure. I mean, I don't like.
So,
Sorry.
may I make a...
are you entering the battle?
I'm gonna let you do it.
Okay. No, but is your character entering the battle? No.
That would be my next action. I was just gonna make it an easy use of Pollock's failure, but I don't have to do it because I'm very much pleading with Sorsha.
Okay.
But that is super what Fernvay's going to do.
Yeah, if anybody wants to help, they can.
I mean, if that counts as help.
Except, the person who's dead, and the person who is doing a good heresy, and the person who is in the middle of a
Yeah.
storm thing.
Then yes, I would.
Well, no,
like to help.
there are ways for any of these characters to help.
Except,
Oh yeah. It's not lightning might strike somebody soon.
But I think the way this battle goes, I get a hit onto Kylea, bringing her down, but Kylea knows Avrok's secret and knocks a torch down.
Oh.
So now we have fire.
Okay. All right.
Yep. I'm surrounded by fire now, which is fine.
It's fine. No negative
Everything's
repercussions.
fine.
So
we're separated
this
by
had-
a wall of fire.
This hasn't come up yet, so I'm just gonna drop it here because it's the final scene. Kylea doesn't knock a torch down. Kylea just does this
You can do fire.
and fire at you. It doesn't
Right.
hit you. It's
Yeah.
just like a like a bam of fire, basically. It's just like a spurt of flame, almost like a shield of fire, comes between the two of you.
Yeah, the crowd is freaking.
But also she's on the she now has no kneecaps.
Yeah.
And there's fire. Cool.
Yeah.
Good. Awesome.
What about their legs? They don't need them.
So, the gods. Fuzzy on the subject of kneecaps.
So, and then I'll say Pollock having, let's see, I'm gonna roll. Okay, so Pollock having unsuccessfully blocked you is now retreating away, trying to drag Kyle away.
Okay, she's on our side. Okay, she's on their side. Okay. God damn it, Pollock. Don't be like that.
Pollock's always been with her.
I mean,
We don't know why,
maybe.
though.
We don't know.
Right.
Like,
She's on the
she could
voice
have been
just-
innocently misled.
Yeah,
I was
could be
hoping.
Who knows?
But no.
tricked.
Y'all make people worse.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that happened.
Yeah.
What's going on with Lightning Person and Farnvey and Scar Lady
I think.
and the crowd? What's the crowd doing?
Yeah, that was what
There's
Pollock
like,
should be fucking doing, evacuating if she were a half-decent fucking chieftain.
Pollock's not chieftain.
Yeah, and she never will be now.
I'm gonna say, Icon's voice rings out in like this, like, louder than it should, and says, "Maror has showed me the truth, and our ancestors will guide my hand." And I just like raise a hand, and I open it up. Like I move towards the altar and it opens up, and lightning comes down to me. And then I like point out, and it like channels through me, and I want to aim it at Kaidalea.
Ooh, okay. All right. Make a roll.
Do I get a bonus
fighting
because
roll.
Yeah, babe.
my knowing is focused in weather?
Or you know what? It. Who feels like this has to be procedural?
No.
Or,
No,
Yeah,
crack
no,
that.
on
Like,
time.
Kailea's gonna die. That's
You
happening.
you did shot her in the face. Okay, so electricity,
God.
like lightning style electricity, like comes out of your hands and shoots into her. It goes into her chest, and she kind of like she comes up almost like this, and she doesn't seem to be in pain so much as in shock.
Uh,
That was a lightning fast pun.
Got that quick reflexes.
And she just looks up and goes, "I can see it all," and then drops down and is dead. And that's
Fernvey, again, I'm basically on my knees in front of Sorsha, and I say, I was wrong. You were the chosen of Alejandra. I see it now. The forest, you don't have to do this. There's many paths to the island, but this is not one of them. This is not one of them.
I think I've astral projected again. So you go talking to my body, and they're like, "Wait a minute," and I slump.
Nobody's home.
so, or it would be dramatically appropriate for that ability of yours to have improved and for you to have control over it now, just so you know.
That's true. You know what? I'm going to say that in my I've been astral projection this entire time, but I am visible. So I'm visible, but I have sacrificed my body to Baelor so that I only live in this world.
I go to touch you, and my hand goes through you. That's what I'm like.
Father, this is how it should be. I understand, and I belong here. I belong here with the trees. I belong here in this realm. I care not for these things anymore. I see more, and this is how it should be. And I slowly start fading and disintegrating, and
Which, again, lightning and godhood is happening like right there. So, like,
But also disintegrating
yeah.
god stuff.
Basically
And then
ignoring
in
it
my,
all.
my energy, you just see it kind of going into the trees, like, I love you, Father.
Pollock is on the ground next to Kylie's body, saying, Why? Why are you doing this? Why did you take the chieftain from me, and now you take the voice? Why?
I take no one. I'm just a conduit for Maror. Kylie walked her own path.
Was it Maror who made that salve?
That was the chief. The chief asked. I did not know. And you have my great sympathies, Pollock.
You didn't know. You didn't know what the chief was asking for. You didn't know Sigurd was really Unforth.
No.
You knew nothing.
Where's the chief right now?
Oh, I'm gonna say not there.
Smoke bomb.
The old chief?
Mm-hmm.
No.
The old guard.
Hildgard came to me when I was but a fledgling whisperer. Said they needed an ointment, muscle relaxant to help for the coming ceremony.
And you poisoned it.
No, this is what they asked for.
No. Hildgard wouldn't do that. I had Hildgard's blessing. You poisoned it so that Avrak could be chief.
I did not know.
The voice told me.
The voice
They told
lied.
me.
She lied to you.
She wouldn't.
And I just like walk over to Pollock and I open my arms.
Before you get there, Tomothy intercedes in between the two of you and says, "Stay away from my mom!"
Tomothy, back away. Tomothy, please.
Move away, child.
No, I won't let them hurt you.
Tomothy, it's fine. Everything's fine, hon. Okay? Just please, go find your mom, all right? Go find your mom, all right?
I thought that.
You
Pollock-
got two moms.
Oh, okay.
I'm your mom. She's your mom.
All right.
Go find your mom, okay? Okay?
Okay.
Kylie lied to you. As Hildgard lied to me.
No. And then she just leaves.
I'm gonna catch her.
Okay.
There's still one way to resolve this. And off of the wall, I grab her longbow and press it into her chest.
It's not the solstice. It's not. You won.
No one says you can't challenge me again. I'm the chieftain, which means I care about this tribe and that it is as best led as it can be. If that's by you, that's the god's will. But
If everything you're saying is true, then I was misled.
we have all been misled.
Not you. I was wrong. And then she gets down. I serve the true chief, and the true voice. I pledge my fealty to you, Avrak, War Master.
I'm honored by your oath. But until it is fairly won, I'm no true chief. accept the challenge, and if I can best you again, then I will be chief. But otherwise, I will always have a stain on my honor.
If the voice permits, I will accept your challenge at dawn.
At this point, like Icon like nods and then collapses.
Oh,
They have,
okay.
like burns that have like almost like tattooed their arms, and they just like collapse.
Oh,
on the
lightning
altar.
scars?
Yeah,
Dope.
and they've like collapsed on the altar.
All right.
I just see Fernvey turns back and looks at that and sees them collapse and is like, it wasn't like this last time. It wasn't like this last time. And just wander out.
Okay. So that scene ends.
I think we're done. I think it's more appropriate if we don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of where it is.
Whew. All right. So let's recap.
So some stuff happened.
Feels.
Voice is dead. Pollock is sorry. Icon has finally embraced their gift. That's great. Glad for you.
I don't think they're a deity. I think they just like the boys can do things.
I mean, yeah, you're not a deity till you're dead.
Yeah.
Then you're a deity. Deal with it.
Sorsha, however,
We never really clarified what's
ascended.
Yeah.
I think was reabsorbed into the spirit of Alejandra.
I feel like a Sorsha maybe ascended.
yeah.
Just and it was sort of this like off to the side, kind of like, all right, cool, what up? I'm
I
a
was
spirit
like, my
now.
work here's done. I don't know.
It works though.
Cool.
I think you're still there. I think
I'm there as like a being of
Icon can still see
light.
you.
I like the idea that every so often
Maybe once
there
I
are just
appear
like
Sorsha,
some
but-
herbs that are really prominent or like grow right near your doorway. Just the ones that you needed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna end it with one scene.
That's for stealing. That's for stabbing me.
Tomothy seeking revenge.
Like, this is for stabbing me.
So I'm gonna say Tomothy. This is sort of
My new Fleetfoot,
immediately after.
my best scout.
Tomothy has scaredly run into the woods. He's not really sure what's going on. A lot of stuff's happening. He's kind of a little kid. He runs to the woods and he comes up to a brook and he just kind of is like, just sort of kid crying by the brook. And in it, he sees the face of Sorsha.
Aww.
And they have a moment together. How are you in the water?
I'm everywhere.
How can I see you?
Because I'm always watching you. When you needed to see me. And whenever you need to see me, I'll be here for you, Tomothy.
Are you like the others I see? That tell me the things that are happening?
I can tell you things. Whenever you need. Just ask. Come to the forest and ask, and I'll tell you.
Okay.
And I can show you. Would you like that? Would you like the gift of sight?
Yes.
I can give that to you.
Yes. I think everybody keeps secrets from me. And I want to know. Will you tell me the truth?
I will always tell you the truth.
Okay. Blackout.
Tomothy's gonna be the new whisperer. Mm-hmm. Or who knows?
Tomothy's the new priest of Baelor.
Who knows? Could go either way.
All of this
I
has
think,
happened before. I mean, no, bold of you to assume there's going to be a whisper, not that we're literally just going to conquer the kingdom. Heads up, y'all. We're going to conquer the kingdom.
Burn
If
it down.
this were an 80s movie, like the little like dialogue at the lines at the end of like what happens to everybody afterwards, be like
The epilogue.
yeah,
Epilogue, yeah.
Icon assumes their position as voice and changes their name to Icon Stormcaller.
Fernvey spends what time he has left wandering the forest looking for his daughter.
Aw, Dad.
Is I'll have to ask Icon and Avrak this, but is Sigurd and / Unferth struck from the records, or I don't know. What happens to what is my legacy?
His story is told to children as a cautionary tale of the toxicity of entitlement.
Yes.
Oh, or as a parable, because remember very early on we established that the twin gods that the other town worships, remember? Like perhaps that was the twin gods were involved in.
Yeah.
Twin gods.
I mean, that's the wrapper for the story. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the twin gods, just the twin gods.
I'd like to
Twin
establish
gods.
a little mini flashback for Sorsha,
Yeah.
if we can. That before she came back to the village for this final meeting, where she was like everything was clear.
Yeah.
That and Baylor and Alcuin actually gave. Baylor was like, well, thank you for your sacrifice. What would you like? And she was like, I would like a dream. So Alcuin gave her and Sigurd a dream where they're actually together and they were able to love each other and finally be together.
Actual Sigurd.
Actual Sigurd. So they had a happy. It existed somewhere in time.
Dream Sigurd is 40% less douchey.
He's only douchey to Unferth. We didn't know how he'd be to Sorsha.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. So that was the show.
Avrock unifies the North and the South under their rule.
Yeah.
Because the split was dangerous. And it was bad and fomented rebellion.
So Pollock didn't win.
Or do you at the
establish a
challenge,
new-
Avrock actually shot on Clanthorn just to prove that they could do it.
Ah!
That's the only true way to best, on even ground, I can still fucking shoot. What's up?
All right.
On Clanthorn.
Yeah. On the ends play.
You've had Clanthorn in your blood this whole time.
You had Icon prepare that though, yeah.
Had Icon prepared the exact same salve.
Yeah.
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 That was awesome, Ash.
Meanwhile,
Thank you
the
so
chief
much.
is banished. That was so good.
Epilogue. So Pollock dutifully served the chief moving forward. And
I mean, now that I'm, king of the two kingdoms, Pollock's the War Master, leader of raids.
Nice.
yeah, and Tomothy started spending a lot more time with Fernvey, which is weird. They'd take walks in the woods together, and and Tomothy never really told his moms what they were doing. He would just say, "Oh, we're just visiting the trees." It's like, that's weird. Who talks to trees? There was a new whisperer claimed, picked. I don't know.
Not immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
But
we're not
when the
split
next-
kingdoms anymore.
No.
Icon searches for a long while, and eventually consults the spirits. And after a long conversation, Tomothy is promised his whisper, but needs some time to grow into it.
Yeah. He's
The
tiny.
burden of responsibility comes too early to some, and when they're not prepared for it, and so needs a chance to grow before.
All right.
I will just say one tiny button with the time that Fernvey spends with him. I make a point to not repeat my mistakes with Sorsha, and I'm just only encouraging. I tell him the stories, but I very much listen to him, because I know how this goes otherwise.
Aww.
There you guys, all the Hillfeels.
That was a good story.
Tomothy is still a Sigurd stan, I'll have you know.
You won, so I'm like, Unferth.
I won the fight for Tomothy's soul.
Hillfolk, the story of Tomothy.
Yes.
This is all Tomothy prequel.
Yeah, the prequel, yeah.
This is top of the prequel.
Huh?
You guys, this
Is
was
all Tomothy?
awesome.
No, I heard. I was just trying to.
The Avrock Icon story, what happens?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The chat says they live happily ever after.
I mean,
I think
so
somebody
here's
does.
the thing.
I think we unite the kingdom.
That's the truth. I think we considered like whether we do the thing, and then we decide that like our true descendants, our true legacy, is unifying the fucking kingdom. What's up?
Yeah.
Be gay, do war.
Yeah.
Be gay, do war. You guys, thank you so much for tuning in to the Uncommon Trust presents Hillfolk.
Thank you, Ash.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is our third and final Hillfolk. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as we enjoyed playing it and finding the story together. I want to thank my players again. We basically all made this up together. And unlike normal game mastering, I let them do almost everything. So it was a really fun, enjoyable experience for everybody. It was really great. I love you all. Everybody introduce yourselves and say your things.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ugly cry soon. Holding it together right now, like a Ventru. B. Dave Walters. I'm at B. Dave Walters and all the things. We're Live Frontier. We do the live cast watching along on Discord, 2:30s on Tuesdays. Vampire LA by night. We do live Fridays at 8 p.m. Remember, we're gonna be off next week. Coming back with City of Mist.
I'm Poisel, at a Poisel on Twitter, a .poisel on Instagram, and twitch.tv/Poisel, where I just play some video games. You can find me here on Sundays. You can find me on Encounter Roleplay on Saturday nights, and forthcoming, you can probably find me on Wednesdays at Goblin Cavalcade, playing some Starfinder. So yeah, we're gonna be off here again Sunday, and we'll be back again for some City of Mist. And also just thank you to Ash again, best moderator.
Yes. Hi, I'm Alejandra Cejudo. You find me on Instagram at Empress Alejandra, on Twitter at Alejandra Wins. And I sometimes do things around things. But yes, thank you so much, Ash, for having me. Thank you to this fantastic crew. This is my first real
thank you.
live stream
Amazing.
with
You're great.
Uncommon Trust. What?
Do 100 more.
You're totally
Thank you
coming
for
back
watching.
sometime.
Oh.
Alejandra, hype!
Alejandra, hype.
I'm Alquin Gersh, different elves on the Twitch and the Twitters. Like Dave said, you can catch me on We're Alive Frontier, which is pulling into the thrilling, gripping conclusion of our second season right now. It's pretty hectic, but the groups are kind of separated for a while. Now they've all rejoined, but there's still a lot of big problems going on. And I'll be back for City of Mist when we start up with that. And also, again, here on QueueTimes, is it on? I think it's on Wednesdays for Nuclear Winters.
Has it started yet?
No, we're not starting for a little bit. But
Soon.
very very excited to
cool.
but you'll see Jake's cool GMing style for City of Mist before that starts. So.
And I'm Sam Love. You can find me on Twitter at Tchaikovsky, ChaiKovsky, or what you see right there. Hey! You can catch me in like an hour and 45 minutes on Saving Throw Show's Twitch channel, where we are concluding Tempting Fate into the Spider-Verse. Catch me playing Spider Wheels.
So good.
They are my son. You can also catch me on Mondays on Plunders and Blunders, the D&D comedy podcast that I do with my buddies, as well as on Geek and Sundry's Twitch and Project Alpha on Fridays 4 to 7 p.m. PST for Callisto 6.
Yes.
My name is Ash Minnick. You can find me on Instagram at astronaut44 and on the Twitter at moonclad_ash. You can see things I do behind the scenes on Geek and Sundry, Game the Game, and some occasional live RPGs, as well as being on some of the streams occasionally here in QueueTimes or on Vampire and some other stuff. And yeah, I will unfortunately not be on City of Mist, but I will be returning probably the one right after that. So,
Yeah.
and all the VODs, check out our YouTube, the Uncommon Trust YouTube channel. We have playlists for all the things we do. We also have the Discord, which we put the link in the thing. Just put it in the thing again. Yeah, and thank you so much, QueueTimes.
Yay!
Thank you.
Thank you so much to my players.
Thank you guys!
Thank you so much, chat, and thank you so much to our moderators and to everybody who's watching this on VOD. You know, post stuff in the comments. You can comment there. I don't know, it's comments.
And in like a week, check out World Anvil for the write-up for this, and maybe play along yourself in the world you helped us create.
That is true.
Yeah, so look out for that link in about a week on the Discord.
Yeah, excellent.
Bye.